Hello and welcome to the Beauty Show.
Wait.
I'm Kim Kardashian, and this is.
I guess I'm Chloe, the fat one. I'm not on Ozempic, so here we go.
Chloe might. They thought that Chloe was O.J. Simpson's actual daughter, but they have.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know it either, but it was a theory being floated out there. Hello and welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Doug. This is, and we're married.
Usually.
We had a viewer, and now it's gone. So maybe they didn't like Doug and Stacey, and they just went on.
Can you blame them?
Maybe they thought it was a beauty show. I was just kidding. No, it's not a beauty show. It's a show about nonsensical life.
Oh, did you do the description?
I did.
What did you write?
I said you'll laugh, you'll cringe, find out why, watch us, or something like that.
Okay, so what's up, man? So anyway, what we're so today this is our podcast, Marital Hate. We kind of make it up as we go along. And you really have no idea what we're going to talk about. It could literally be anything.
We don't know.
What was yesterday? I don't even remember. Oh, I have notes.
Yes, yeah. Yesterday wasn't the greatest for getting off the rails, but it was.
Well, we weren't particularly crazy, but we talked about time, and we talked about insurance companies. We talked about. I tried to do a joke. Doug ruined it.
I did.
And we talked about ads on the internet and turtle parts. So it
was National Turtle Day.
We were talking about epileptic fits involving lesbian scissoring and butt plugs with strobe lights. So
that was Monday. That was just a Monday. For a hump day, you never know what you're gonna get.
And it's gonna be here in 1 week and counting down.
I don't think I approved Ann on the thing. Do you want to give me their paperwork? I just need to make sure. Ann.
You have all your shots.
I just have to make sure.
You have all your shots. We don't want you here.
Let's see.
Not that we discourage
distemper.
People
have you had distemper?
Hang on.
Yes.
Not that we discourage people to have shots. You should definitely do whatever your local health and agency tells you to do. The people
whatever. The things.
Anyway.
Anyway, we're excited about that. And
how was dinner with your sister last night? Because she went to dinner with her sister last night.
And that the sister would show up on the show, and we'd have one more.
I don't know if Ann's sister is fit for,
I don't know.
Watching this show.
My brothers don't watch the show. I know that much.
Well, all the cool kids watch.
A lot of the cool kids watch is what it is.
As a matter of fact, I might need to remind Charlie, who I had an interesting conversation with last night.
Apparently, there was an interesting thing.
What do you got now? Oh, look at that. She's boosted 10 times. Is that okay?
And that's just her bust. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I thought that was funny. Friends? You boosted. Remember that thing like when people used to do the exercise. I must increase the
I've never had that problem.
Yeah. Now whatever exercises people did in the past all ended up with you.
I don't know. I think Jen down the street has a better rack than I do. I'm a little jealous.
Jenny on the block.
Jenny down the block, and who else? My friend Darlene. Darlene has a great rack too.
Oh, well,
I thought I had the greatest tits.
Bring them on down.
A couple of my friends are beating us. Well, Jen's right down the street. So Todd just said Heidi ho. I think he just called me a ho.
No, he called Heidi a ho.
Who's Heidi?
I have no idea.
I actually have a cousin named Heidi.
Oh.
So Todd got jabbed in the
How
eyes
are you feeling,
today,
Todd?
and he told me earlier that he was doing well.
He was good.
I'm super happy for him. And Ann has suggested that I need a front end loader for my hands, for my titties. I just pick them up and put them where I want to. It's the whole lack of a bra thing is a problem.
I think she was talking about her own girls, Miss Narcissist over here.
I honestly don't know how front.
You need a front
for
these girls. Yes.
You know what?
How do you miss that?
I don't really remember how big Ann's breasts are, but I'll take a look when you're here. That'll be fun. Maybe we show everybody. We can all compare various balls that are floating around our pool.
Yeah. Well,
with Ann and my breasts. Mine are about the size of that little basketball over there. So it's a little basketball though.
Anyways, that's the way we start the show or the podcast or whatever the live stream talking about titties. Everybody loves titties.
Doug has been saying
women love them, men love them. Women love them,
kids love them,
and kids love them, babies love them,
who loves my
gay
kids?
Men love
my
titties.
Gays love my kids. I have been
titties.
felt up by so many gay men. I think Nolan's the only gay man I know that hasn't felt me up, which would be weird because my stepson. And Ann said no beeping mine. Hell, Stacey, both of mine can't compete with yours. Oh, well, I'll give you some of mine.
It's all right. It's not a competition.
Yeah,
nobody's in competition. Everybody can have loveliness.
The thing about titties is you love all of them. If you've ever watched we watch a lot of we haven't been lately, but we usually watch bad 80s horror movies, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of titties in those.
And there's usually titties, but they're not like they're usually like normal size or even small. Like, you know, it takes all kinds, and it's so funny because men are attracted to different women are attracted to different things. I mean, people are attracted to different things. So what my stuff may not work for someone else, and vice versa. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad. I'm glad to have them. I'm glad for everybody else who has them. If you enjoy them. And you know, I have all these alarms to remind me to do various things every day.
Yeah, and they could go off at any time.
And I forget to shut them off, and then we're talking to Germans, and it goes crazy.
It's crazy.
So, should we tell them what we just did?
Well, we've had an adventurous afternoon.
Kind of. So,
well, Stacy texted me, "Hey, can you measure the Jeep? These people have so all right, rewind.
We had a sectional.
We had a sectional for sitting out here.
It's a story. When we first got here, we had the U-Haul truck. We picked up, it's not the truck, the trailer that we were pulling with the Jeep. And so we didn't have to get it returned for like 3 days. So we were like, oh, fuck yeah, we'll use it to buy furniture. So we went around and got furniture from various places. So, like all used. Like we came here with only a 12-foot U-Haul trailer, and then we filled it up and, you know, bought things off Marketplace or whatever and brought things back to our house. So we we go to pick up this outdoor sectional. And it has a sleeper sofa, and it weighs about 3,000 pounds.
It meant it was very, very heavy.
And I don't really think it was meant for outside.
Probably not.
So anyway, it got ruined by the hurricane, and we haven't had comfy outside seating. And like we have 2 chaise lounges. The banana hammocks are okay comfy, but there's always spiders over there, so I don't usually go there.
It's very true.
And Doug doesn't like it without a cushion. He doesn't want to pull the cushion up, but then he leaves the cushions out. The cushions get all wet. Anyway, we've been out of comfy seating. Somebody had a 4-piece set, a couch, a chair, and like an end table and two tables.
Like another end table that was like a big box, but both of them have storage.
What we're going to do with all this shit. But anyway, it was $120. And so I was like, oh my God, we'll come right now. So the woman messaged me back, and I could tell that English wasn't her first language. I figured she was Spanish because we live in a very
Hispanic area of the country.
And so much that I'm becoming Hispanic myself. And so she which if you're gonna have to listen to other episodes. I'm Portuguese, and Google thinks I'm Hispanic. I'm not really sure.
She's some sort of geese.
Anyway, so she gives us the measurements. She's so helpful, and but I can tell English not so much. So we go to the ATM, we go to the house. They're German, and they're fucking awesome. Nicest people you can ever meet.
Nice.
This guy had the best handshake I have ever felt in my entire life. He was like, "It's nice to meet you." Hello. And he was fantastic. He had beautiful blue eyes. The wife is so beautiful. They're both so tall and just very lovely, warm people. And so I told them about my family, that it's Reinhagen, and then so
I didn't mention the
how he calls my grandfather a Nazi.
Didn't mention that. Did not mention that.
My father was not a Nazi.
No, I
cribbage master, yes. Nazi, yes. No. So in any case, we go over. We get this furniture. They help us load it up. Tell them what happened.
So we loaded it up,
and we didn't have room for everything.
Then we were going to have to make 2 trips. He goes, I'll go. I'm going to follow you. We throw two of the pieces in the back of his rental SUV thing. So we get in, we leave the driveway. We're in the Jeep with no top on it because I had to take the top out to fit all the stuff. Pouring rain, and it's okay in the Jeep as long as you're moving. You know, it's damp or whatever.
We got one light,
we got a light, and it was just coming down sideways, and we got soaked.
And I'm trying to hit the directions on my phone or make
the ways didn't work, and so I have my sweatshirt up over my head, and
I just throw my head back, and I'm laughing like.
And I'm using the sweatshirt to wipe the inside of the Jeep windshield.
I am laughing so fucking hard.
We know he's behind us, laughing his ass off. His German.
And there was a rainbow.
And there was a rainbow. And so then we pull into our street, not raining.
No, we had a nice chat with them in the driveway. We're hoping to get together with them. So we have a bunch of people. We're supposed to get together with Lisa and Chris at some point, but they've been busy. Supposed to get together with Lisa and Jeff at some point. Now we got the Germans, and Ann's coming to town, and we have a birthday party next week.
We have a birthday party? What's birthday?
It's next week. It's coming up. I think it's like in 2 weeks. It's Sophia's birthday and Lenny's birthday Saturday. Geez. We should get him like a bottle.
I thought his birthday just passed. Anyways, the German folks, they bought a house here.
Beautiful house.
Oh
beautiful.
My God. Canal front, beautiful hot tub, and waterfall into the pool, boat, which they said Hurricane Ian just deposited down the way. And anyways, they have a house here, a house in Germany, And so they rent it out for vacation. So any of you people
It's
want to come
nice.
down to Cape Coral,
It's nice.
that's a nice.
But so they've had problems though. So they have the
'cause the
property
hurricane,
management company. Well, not just the hurricane. So they have a property management company that handles the Airbnbs while they're in Germany because they're only here part of the year. And people don't really take care of the house and they're getting frustrated with it. And I can understand that. Like I listen, when we came down, we got all like, just whatever for our house, like cute stuff, but like not what we would want in our forever home probably. But they have like all nice stuff. So yeah, I'm sure they charge a small fortune for it, but they have nice stuff in their house. Like that they
it's a beautiful place. And
you gotta have shit if you're gonna have an Airbnb.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. That was part of the thing. The set that we bought was an 5-piece set, but apparently some of the renters used it as a trampoline, or it ended up.
Yeah,
in a pool
she
or
was
something.
not happy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the cushion covers off, wash them, and I'm gonna shove 2 pillows in each cushion cover.
Oh, and get an extra.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So, anyways, in each one of these tables opens up. It's like a chest, opens up, and it's got a sealable zipper, watertight area for your cushions or whatnot.
Or
so
whatever
it's
you put
bug
your
free.
weed in there.
Keep your bugs out. Keep your. Or I told her, I said we could fill that up with water and make a little spa, like sit in there.
We might
have
just
a little hot tub.
She must think you're crazy. The funny thing is, her husband actually owns a company that designs plastic, like collapsible containers that hold fluids.
That's amazing.
Well, and I was just like I was like, oh, there's so many applications for that. I was thinking RV extra water storage, but I was also thinking about any military installations.
Military, but like think about Burning Man, right?
That's a perfect opportunity. Blow that shit up.
Yeah.
Super, super nice people. So there was that.
Tracy has joined us.
What's up, Tracy?
So we have a good
You
house.
click on it.
I did. I put it up.
Tracy's in. No, you didn't. I had to.
Yeah, I did. No, I
understand that, but I looked at the screen and it wasn't there.
I took it out.
Oh, okay. Well, then now it's gone
So
again.
now she's said hi peeps twice.
I woke up very nauseous this morning, and that was not a good time. Don't recommend it. It's part of Lyme disease.
Tried everything, but what worked? We tried yogurt. We tried Alka-Seltzer Gold. Alka-Seltzer Gold, by the way, if anybody just needs anything that's a cure-all, Alka-Seltzer Gold. It's not your regular Alka-Seltzer.
You got to get the Alka-Seltzer Gold, and it makes you alkaline. It's great if you're having stomach issues or any kind of health shit. Like I highly recommend it.
Headache, anything.
It's just, I don't know, it's good stuff, but it's basically baking soda and water.
Yeah.
It's like electrolytes.
It's good stuff.
So anyway, I honestly I think what did it was the activated charcoal, which is what I finally took. So I took homeopathic Epicat, which is excellent for nausea. I took papaya, excellent for nausea. I did Alka-Seltzer Gold, excellent for nausea. Activated charcoal finally worked. I don't love ginger. And I could have done marijuana. As a matter of fact, I was gonna do one of those THC sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Which you opened. That I opened it and it tasted like baby aspirin. I'm not a big fan of baby aspirin, and so you had a little bit of it.
I was like cooking lunch.
So you didn't I didn't feel anything off of that, and not so much as a buzz. And they're like, don't.
I was just sort of absent-mindedly.
It's supposed to be 2 servings of the cannabis, but it doesn't seem like it. So
maybe it made the Germans a little bit more entertaining than they actually were. No, but I think
because you drank it at like 8 o'clock this morning.
No, it wasn't 8 o'clock. It was lunchtime. I'm feeling rain and water over here, so we're grinding it out, folks. We're out here.
You guys, I got to tell you, we haven't had the best week. Like we haven't been feeling great. I woke up super nauseous today. Yesterday and the day before, I got absolutely nothing done all day. The only thing I did was podcast. Wait, today's Wednesday. Oh, you know what I did watch today? I watched the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I watched that this morning. That made me feel a little bit. It was a little distraction. Well, that was interesting as fuck because, it was interesting to watch. So if you don't watch the show, this is the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and this woman Teresa Giudice, she and her husband committed fraud, and they both went to prison. And then he had never gotten his American citizenship, even though he'd lived here his whole life. So he got deported. And, which is odd, but whatever. He got deported. And so she met someone, Louis Ruelas, and they got married. So there's this her brother's on the show with his wife, and they don't get along. And like 90% of the show is her fighting with her brother. It's craziness. And sometimes I think that they plan it.
It's all fake and scripted.
But the thing that was really funny so she had her hair done, and so the thing on top of her head was like mine, but all curls, and then she had a crown, and then her hair was down too. It was like $10,000 worth of fucking hair. on this woman's head. It was craziness. Tracy said she does not watch The Housewives, but many people do.
Oh my God.
No,
I
wait.
cannot.
Doug hates them.
Yeah.
But the thing that was funny is this. This is the funny part. So I know Louis Relis. I've only met him once. This is the new husband. He was fine. It was at a email marketing event, but I made friends with his brother. And his brother's very, very nice, very spiritual, like really nice guy, someone that I respect professionally, whatever. And we went to the Coolio show with Tom, and Tom and Dave had his corporate card out and drinking Grey Goose all night long. In any case, so he was at the wedding, and I was like, oh my God, I know that guy. But he looks a lot different than he did 10 years ago. Because I met Dave right before,
who doesn't?
A year before I met you.
I don't know.
Yeah, I look a lot different.
There.
He wouldn't recognize me in a lineup. In any case, it was interesting to watch, but like, because so she has 4 daughters, he has 2 sons, and one of his sons is autistic. I have 4 daughters, he has 2 sons, one of them's autistic. Like, it's bonkers. Like, and so I'm watching it, and, we got married, and they had, obviously they had this insane wedding. Like, they had burlesque dancers, and they had like all kinds of other dancers, and they had like a meal with the cocktail hour, and then they had another meal, and it was absolutely beautiful. The hair was a little crazy, and I realized that's coming from me with the craziest hair ever, but it hit close to home for me, because I think about everything we've been through when we got married, and I hope things go better for them, although it doesn't look like they are. And I don't know, it was just what do you need to be on your phone for right now?
I actually set my thing to public.
Good.
It was not set to public, so now it is. I've been having a hard time getting people that are commenting on my feed to come into here. So
if you are watching on Doug's feed, maybe come to the Marital Hate page.
Yeah, or
because especially if it depends on how you have your settings set up. So you had set it public yesterday, but then we still couldn't see Donna's comments, because Donna has it set up so only friends can see her comments. So if you comment on the Marital Hate page, or on the Marital Hate YouTube page, or the Marital Hate Twitter page,
we'll see it.
We'll see it
regardless of your settings.
But if you do it on Doug's page, we probably won't see it. On my page, we do see it usually. So there you go. So anyway, I don't know. I just like it. I remembered our wedding and the kids and how cute they all were and all the nice things that everyone said. And it just, I don't know. It just was like, and I was hoping we could renew our vows this year, because it's 10 years. 10,
big 10.
And, but we're broke, and I'm having a hard time. I can't believe how long I stood today. What did I stand for, like 5 minutes?
You did, yeah.
And I was like gasping.
And you walked up
air.
to the house. Yeah, that is.
I was like gasping for air at the end. It wasn't good.
Yeah, we had all these grandiose ideas to have some people down and go out on the beach in Sanibel at sunset or something like that. But
you never know. You never know. Maybe we'll just renew our vows here live on the podcast. I mean, it's what day of the week is our anniversary this year?
I don't know.
The birds have gone wild. July
it
6th. I wish Wes was there. It's a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday, yeah.
We'll do it on the podcast. We'll do it on the podcast. That'll be cute.
Can we do it on location?
Maybe
we could do a very special episode. We could do a whole thing.
Okay, first of all, in July,
it's gonna be hot.
You want to do on location on the sun, because that's what it's going to feel like in Florida in the summer. It's going to be on the sun.
Maybe we go to a magical place.
I wish we could go to a magical place. Neighborhood cat is here.
What's up, kitty?
Here, puss, 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 puss. Here, puss, 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 puss.
The cat does not care. Well, he's actually looking now. Go figure.
Hey, kitty. Anyway.
Okay, so we have lots of stuff to get to tonight.
I don't know that we have lots of stuff. We have some stuff. Tracy says it would be cute. Well, and shall it be done? Maybe I'll like put on like a veil or something, and like, I don't know, some sort of a shroud.
I was just thinking, the tuxedo T-shirt is like, it's not even.
You could totally do it.
It's never funny. It's never been funny, but I think
it is.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, so we have a lot of things to get to. There's some stuff we forgot from last night. And I know that you have.
I don't even know what I forgot from last night, but I will say that there's a big alert going around. I don't know if it's true, but supposedly, so like, you know how like you have a credit card stored in Amazon, and sometimes you have more than one credit card, especially if you made purchases for other people. Yep. And so I think we've all done that at one point or another, made a purchase for other people. So apparently, if the cards are saved and your primary card declines, it's going to automatically charge those other cards. Mind you, my card doesn't decline because we are like Johnny on top of our finances. Like I like know where
we're Johnny
penny that we spend goes. Like I am super on top of it. We have no money, but I know where every penny is because that's when you have no money, you have to track every penny. But the thing that's funny about it is, so I have other people's cards in there, and one of those people
is
Lenny. And the thing that's funny about this, so my friend Lenny died, and I use the word friend very loosely, but I used to buy things for Lenny all the time. And I like, if it was like $10-20, I would just pay for it myself. But when he moved home and away from Golden Pond, where like people were dropping dead like flies, they had 65 people die in like the first 2 weeks of COVID. I'd gotten him out, I don't know, 9 months before COVID?
Yeah, not really that much.
Not that far
further.
before COVID. It was like the summer before COVID. And he had to get a few things. So his card was saved, and he's dead now. So I don't know if it would charge his card or if I would get the purchase or whatever, but
that would be wrong. That'd be stealing from the dead.
It would be wrong. I'm not going to steal from the dead or anyone for that matter. But I did have a moment to myself where I was like, "Oh, that motherfucker!" I did a lot for me.
But
it's really shitty to me.
Well, yeah, I guess they could.
And he's dead, so
they could trace it because it's on your account. I was going to say
that's true too.
Yeah, how would they know?
So anyway, but anyway,
we could sell the number on the dark web.
The point is, this is vaguely a PSA. Whereas I'm going to tell you,
be careful out there, folks,
to maybe delete the extra stored cards on your Amazon account.
And don't die, because we'll just rob your grave. Is what
we're not going to rob your grave. We've never robbed anyone's grave ever.
Speaking of robbed graves,
did you rob a grave?
No.
Oh,
no, I didn't.
Too bad. Maybe we should.
Yeah,
grave robbers. We need money.
People, you know what? People like try to steal Elvis. That's why they moved him back to the Graceland. Yeah.
Speaking of Elvis, it's Jay Gordon's birthday.
Jay Gordon birthday day.
Jay Gordon not watching the podcast. Fuck you, Jay Gordon.
No. Fuck Jay Gordon.
He's not. Well, he is my type. He's bald.
He is.
Does he have an accent?
He's probably got a Worcester accent. I don't.
Fuck that.
I don't think so. No, he doesn't really have much accent. He was a radio guy for a number of years.
Good friend. I didn't know that.
Went to junior high and high school with him. He's a huge Elvis fan. His dad took him to see Elvis.
He's my Red Sox fan.
Saw Elvis
I think
twice.
He goes to every Sox game. Like it's
goes to a lot of Red Sox games and is always my go-to Elvis expert. And every year on his birthday, I do
an Elvis Photoshop.
I do a Photoshop of him. And he's also a JFK assassination buff. So sometimes he goes into sometimes he's on Oswald, sometimes he's on Kennedy, different years of different things. So then, so today I had decided that it's easy to put Jay's face on Elvis. But what if I took Elvis and put it into a Jay photo? So I actually there was a picture of Elvis standing at the same spot that there was a picture of Jay and his daughter. So I put the two of them together, like with their arms around each other. It was pretty cool. And then for added bonus, I took the very early photo. Elvis was probably maybe 2, 3. He's got this little hat. And his parents is his black and white thing. So I made Jay the baby Elvis. It was actually
that's adorable. It's Tracy's suggesting that you should wear a Beetlejuice suit, and I should wear a Lydia there.
I really like that idea.
I don't know if that's like the European spelling of suit. I think that's sweet. But my friend Jen up the street today texted me that she got a Jew phone today. I was like, I don't even know what a Jew phone is. What is that like?
You can call Israel for free.
Plays Hava Megillah.
Maybe.
I don't know what it does. But anyway, come to find out it was a new phone.
A new phone. Okay.
And not a Jew phone. She got a Samsung phone, though. I think I would be better equipped to operate a Jew phone than a Samsung phone. Not that I know how to work a Jew phone, but like a Samsung phone seems terrifying. And it's PC. Tracy says there was a story on the web where 2 women were caught stealing flowers from graves. I'm sure
there's a special place in hell for that person right there.
I gotta revert back to my fun time with my friend Andrea. Oh God, we have to watch this video. Oh, yes. I gotta pull it up. I'm gonna have to pull it up. All right, back up. My friend Andrea she's older. And she's lived in the town of Scituate for years and years and years. And she has a large family. So one year on Memorial Day, she's like, hey, want to go to the cemetery with me? And I'm like, sure. And so
sure, why not?
We have her station wagon, which is by like an old, long wood paneled station wagon. And we have it filled with plants and a picnic lunch. And we went to the cemetery, put flowers, and had a picnic.
You had like
so
the best time.
We planted the flowers. We had the best time. And she's hilarious. She's hilarious. But we got to show you something that you guys are just absolutely going to die about. Hang on one second.
We should be more prepared than this, but it's still a family show.
Wait till you guys see this. Okay.
So how do
Hang on. So I'm gonna go back to
And we're gonna
StreamYard.
screen share.
Where's the screen share button?
Okay.
Present. Share
Screen.
Facebook. Okay.
So,
Can we? Oh, we can't show ourselves at the same time. Yeah, you can see us. Okay, ready, you guys? I'm gonna play this.
So this is Andrea's granddaughter.
This is Andrea's beautiful granddaughter, Haley. Haley's now at college and she's writing for a local magazine. If you go to my Facebook wall, I share her articles all the time. She's a brilliant and beautiful young woman. But you have to watch this video. We're gonna have to watch it.
And
like
Andrea
5
comes
times.
in a little.
Just watch. Andrea's gonna come in, and you just need to watch it over and over and over.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left
It
foot,
never
2
gets
stumps.
old.
Oh my god, I must
Slide
watch.
to the left. Slide to the right. Right foot, 2 stumps.
She has the cup of
Oh,
tea
Left foot,
and a
2
nice.
stumps.
Why is she
Slide
coming in with a
to the
lamp?
left.
Oh, because she's
Slide to the right.
Oh my goodness.
That
Right
was
foot,
actually
2 stumps.
great grandmother
Left
who
foot, 2
bar
stumps.
lamps.
Uh-oh.
And
Slide to the left.
And she just.
and
Yeah.
it was not a good situation. Poor Andrea. So anyway, she wasn't hurt. That's the
And
important
so the
thing.
great thing about that.
Hey Cheryl.
The great thing about that was that we were like the boys were over and we're like, oh, we got to show you this picture, this video, and like what video? And I was like, our friend Andrea comes in and her granddaughter knocks the lamp, and Nolan had already seen it. That's how
It
like
went viral.
that's
And
how
somebody
viral that thing went.
Somebody contacted her and actually bought the rights to it, or bought like rights to use it or whatever. So good for her. I hope I don't know if it was Lenny or Haley or if they split it or what, but good for them. And like, oh my god, I'm so glad
It's
Andrea
so
was,
good.
because I saw it. I was like, oh my god, is Andrea okay? And when I found out she was okay,
Was the lamp okay?
the lamp is not okay.
Oh, the
Like,
lamp was not okay.
well, didn't you hear the crash? Tracy says,
She
damn
did hold on to the
autocorrect.
tea though. I noticed. She's like, oh, I got it.
Damn autocorrect. Listen, you just said sweet instead of suit. My friend was practically anti-Semitic. He wasn't at all. She called it a Jew phone. I just don't know what a Jew phone does.
It's a ducking phone. Oh wait, that autocorrect did too.
Thinking it is fixing it, but not fixing the words at all. Yeah, no, autocorrect is the fucking worst. It says ducking all the time. How many times have you heard me say ducking? How many? Excuse me.
None.
How many times have you heard me say fucking?
A lot.
All
A lot.
the fucking time, motherfuckers. And then Tracy says fantastic. I don't know what she thinks is fantastic. Oh,
Probably
the video.
Yeah,
The
the
video
is great. And
it's
the
a
dance
legend.
moves on the kid is those are pretty spectacular.
I don't know what Cheryl said. It's just a blank message.
She has nothing
I'm
to
glad
say.
she's here,
She
'cause
is speechless.
Well, I would be speechless too. My Anne said that her niece in Fort Lauderdale had seen it before. So the video was originally filmed in Situate, Massachusetts, and although they have all kind of moved down here. Tracy and Anne, they're like besties. Actually, I think me, Tracy, Anne, and Becky are gonna be golden girls together.
Yeah, you're
Guys,
right.
I got the lanai. I got a moo. I'm in
Oh,
Florida.
you need some cheesecake.
We'll get some cheesecake from Publix. Publix does the cakes up right.
Oh, their cakes are good.
And the lettuce wraps we had, the only thing we've ever had at Publix that was bad was Thanksgiving. And I think Thanksgiving this year, they were just overwhelmed. Like, I think that they're normally overwhelmed on the holidays, but between the snowbirds coming down, we didn't really have as many snowbirds come down this year because of the hurricane, but between the snowbirds coming down and no one had houses or kitchens or like people
Rooms.
ordered Thanksgiving because of the holiday. So we returned ours. We never return anything. We never complain, but it was really bad. So we got our money back. But we were at the neighbor's house the other day, and at my hot ass neighbor's house for Sophie's birthday party, and it's Sophia, but I call her Sophie, but I call her Soph. I don't know. Anyway, we were there, and we had these lettuce wraps that were phenomenal. Doug tried to make them; they weren't very good.
Not good.
Tracy is a big fan of the pub subs.
Yep.
We really haven't even had one.
We have never ordered a pub sub. We've had deli from there. We've made our own sandwiches.
But we just watched a cool ass recipe, and we're going to do this. So what you do is you take all the ingredients from an Italian, right? So you get lettuce, you chop it up.
Cheese.
Tomatoes, chop it up. Banana peppers, chop them up. Like, but what they did was they just took all of the ingredients for an Italian, just threw it on a cutting board and chop it. Chop.
Throw some Italian dressing on there. He said,
And then, bam! You can put it in a roll, or you could eat it like a salad. I'm gonna eat it. Oh, you put, olive oil, Italian dressing, salt and pepper. I'm gonna have that for lunch.
So the funny part was when he put all this stuff out on the chopping board, and he goes, "Just chop it until you lose interest." That was hysterical.
Pretty much my life.
So Tracy is down for your Golden Girls thing. She likes the Publix, and now Anne is also down. It sounds like for the Golden Girls situation.
Oh, Cheryl's posted a GIF saying LOL.
Yeah.
Apparently GIFs do not
Do
show
not
up.
show up on our little chat. Chat.
So have you gone through all of these chats?
Not well. I haven't showed them.
So what I do is I show them and I try to say like,
Yeah.
okay, my aunt and Tracy and
Yeah,
Ann.
I've been
It was
doing
a
that
GIF
while you
saying
talk.
LOL, and Tracy is so down to be Golden Girls. That's cool because we can have pub subs. I'll just eat the inside. And Ann is ready to be a Golden Girl. And she said, "Oh freak, I'm already
freak.
in my golden years." I gotta tell you, Ann, I'm kind of into girls, but I'm married to a man. I'm generally happy with him.
How golden is she?
But Ann is hot as shit.
All right.
She's hot. Tracy's hot. Jen's hot. Like, I don't have any ugly female friends.
Wow, that's the best way to.
I used to be the hottest one of my friends. Now I'm the ugliest.
No, you're not. You're not ugly at all.
Who's uglier than me? Please name names. And Charlie is here, and Charlie would also like to be a Golden Girl with us. Charlie, will you eat cheesecake with us? Is cheesecake one of the food groups that you will eat? So this is the thing. Do we want to be, all right, here's the thing. We want to be, I don't want to speak for you ladies, but I want to be Golden Girls on a commune. Commune Golden Girls.
Okay,
it's like Waco
meets Jonestown, Guyana.
We'll have cheesecake. We grow our own fruits and vegetables. Perhaps we have a natural pool and some animals, maybe some hydroponics, and we garden naked and we eat cheesecake. And sometimes we wear muumuus. No bras required.
I will say this, my own personal take on the cheesecake. I think cheesecake is overrated.
You're wrong.
I said it, and I stand by it.
You're wrong. Anne says that their subs were delicious. I would also like to state for the record that my mom, not ideal of a mother to me, however, made amazing German cheesecake every year for my grandfather. It's very good. It involves a water bath and all kinds of shit. I probably should have learned how to make it, but she doesn't like it. So. Cheryl says she was typing, but I sent blanks. I was laughing at Andrea's video. Oh my God, poor Andrea. I'm so glad she's okay. And I'm glad that those kids made a little money on it. Good for them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Jeff says that he likes a good meatball sub. Publix has one of the best.
See, I wouldn't have thought that. I would think that they would only have the deli situation.
We would get them. The problem with meatball subs is they put breadcrumbs in it. And if you can't have the breadcrumbs, the hardest thing is I try to eat organic like all the time. So it's just easier to make stuff ourselves. Although Doug doesn't always want to cook, and I can't fucking do it.
I have a great link. I watched a YouTube video this morning. Things not to eat. I'll share it with you guys. I have the link somewhere. Just started with high fructose corn syrup.
Obviously.
Carbs such as corn and flour. He said you eat something like 135 pounds of flour a year.
I know.
You eat 136 pounds of sugar. But he was saying that high fructose is terrible because it's not attached to anything. Normal sugar, it's in a fruit or whatever.
Well, you can't process it.
Something else. Yeah.
So the safer sugars are coconut sugar.
Yeah.
Agave, maple syrup, honey.
Yeah.
Those are your safe.
And he even said that like if you're having like a fructose, as long as it's not the processed fructose, you're probably okay. But I will share the link. They go through the stuff, and you do not want to like between that and watching RFK Jr.'s video about the glyphosate or whatever, like the Roundup, and how they use like they'll put it on the wheat, so the wheat like it won't dry out or take any more moisture.
It grows very quickly. They can get 2 harvests per season. It's not good. So there's that. So we have a bunch of comments.
I went off the rails there for a second.
Yeah, but I got to loop back, and I want to just say this. Thank you for saying I'm not even close to ugly. I just, you know what it is, and it's
wait. You're close to me, and that means I'm not ugly. Yeah. All right, I'm handsome.
Tracy, stop trying to hit on my husband.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she's right. We're harnessing our inner emerald.
Bam.
So to your point, thank you for saying I'm not ugly. But it's more me. Like I remember what I looked like before I got sick. And obviously I've gotten older and I've gotten sick and I've gotten fatter, and it's hard because like I still think I'm hot as shit like I was like years ago, and I still see that person, and it's funny because if I look at myself in the mirror in the bathroom, I'm like, oh, I look cute today, but the fucking podcast.
Oh yeah, she's having a meltdown. She's like, I
think I need a better angle. Like what angle is?
Oh, that's
see, that's good.
I'm gonna make duck face. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so maybe what we'll do is mount the camera on the fucking ceiling so I can feel a little bit better about myself. Our friend Jeff, his good new new engine and his car rental are fully covered.
Yes.
I actually told
Jeff,
everybody last night. We missed
we
you.
worked on that last
We're so
night.
happy for you, although I was hoping he was going to get a Jeep. We could go off-roading together. And P.S., we need to all do something in the near. Let's
the
figure it
Camaro.
out.
Let's take out the Camaro. Let's do
Why
some
would
quarter
we
miles.
We got a Jeep. Why would we take out the Camaro?
She got the rental Camaro.
Yeah,
We can
put
beat
some
the
miles
crap
on it.
out of that thing.
We're not going to
listen
beat the
to me.
crap out of it. I don't know if we'll fit in the back seat of that thing, but we're down to hang out with Lisa and Jeff just about any time. And Anne's going to be here soon. Anne would love Lisa and Jeff. Anne is a delight. If you want to keep Killer Sub, you have to go to La Spada's. Amazing. I don't know where La Spada's is, but we will look into that. Charlie says cheesecake. No. Golden Girl. No. What do you mean, Charlie? You don't want a bunch of braless ladies who garden naked and eat cheesecake to be around? What is wrong with you? We're
Sounds
fine.
hideous.
We're feisty. You're missing out. You should put a fucking muumuu on.
Yeah,
Actually, I
nobody
think
wants to see
Charlie
you.
would enjoy a muumuu.
Oh yeah, he would.
Okay, hang on a second.
What?
You have pajama bottoms on right now.
I do, yes.
And it's free because you don't have underwear on.
That's
Your
right. Yeah.
balls
No,
are just
there's
woo, woo, woo.
no woo woo. They're not making noise, but there's no belt. There's no zipper.
Why can't I touch you on the dick?
Because it's not during showtime. It's not that kind of show. Here, get out there.
All right. Anyway, you feel free.
I mean,
Okay, imagine
you're a little
and you know how
unencumbered.
and you know how when we're in the Jeep and like
Yes.
the wind goes up your pants, you
Yes.
get like a nice cooling breeze.
Yes.
Okay, so put those two together. You have the comfort of pajamas
Yes.
with the cooling breeze of shorts up.
Okay. When you buy an island and we have a commune and there's all these things
Why can't you
happening
just
with
put a fucking
cheesecake,
dress on?
I will wear the muumuu.
Just wear one.
I will wear the muumuu.
I just want you. Okay, like,
I want to look like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places.
I want you to spend a day in a muumuu and report back to our users.
Spending the day in a muumuu.
Why? We don't
Maybe
go
I
anywhere.
I don't know.
We don't go anywhere.
Let's spend a
Just
day
spend a day in a muumuu. Just one day. And when
What
the
if I like it and then I'm like I
cross-dresser,
start
you can go to
identifying as a
Target.
muumuu.
You can go to Target down the street and get yourself the children's swimsuit that
It wasn't
allows
children.
for tucking.
I looked it up.
It wasn't
it was-
children's.
it
It
was
was adults.
adults. It
Oh,
was
it's a
adults.
tuck friendly.
It was tuck friendly adult swimsuit.
Tell me, I don't know. There's just some.
Which, by the way, when it started to go south on them, they pulled it. Hypocrites.
I don't know that they
Either stand by, either do it and stand by.
I
I read
don't
they pulled
support. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know that swimsuit is adult or children's. If you tell me that you looked it up and it was adults, I believe you. But the things that they have in the children's department, I don't think are appropriate for children.
See now, all right, so if the tuck friendly swimsuit, I'm not exactly even sure why you need that, but whatever. I will say this:
Can we put your balls back up inside you
Back
in the
in-
pockets that God gave
no,
you?
back in the day, these guys used to have to tuck with like duct tape and all
They
this
still
stuff.
do.
It's like walking to school in the
All right,
snow
I'm going to tell
uphill
you.
both
I'm going
ways.
to tell you right.
It was a struggle, right? None of this ready-made stuff out of the store.
Yeah, okay,
you
but
had to work it out.
I don't know. I don't know what these newfangled kids are doing or like
Newfangled kids.
I don't know. But I looked it up because we'd gone to a drag show and I couldn't figure out how they got it so flat in the front. I'm not that flat in the front. I have a vagina and it's shaped. So it should be like, pretty flat, but it sticks out a little bit. And so this lovely lady at a drag show was this close to my face and I was staring at her
Mid-region.
groin and trying to figure out where the fuck her dick went. And so I looked it up on the internet. Okay, so spoiler alert, there's a video of me doing this to Doug. And when that time of the year comes up, we'll show it on the internet to you guys. You're going to love it.
It's
okay?
not graphic,
It's
but
not graphic.
it is
You don't
one of
see
the
anything.
funniest things of all time.
So what they do is they push, not all of them, but this is like how this one guy said, this
Got
is how you do it.
extra flat.
He takes his testicles, pushes him back up into his body in the pockets that God gave him. Because you have
It
pockets up
doesn't
there.
sound like fun.
You can put your balls up there.
Doesn't
And
sound like
then
fun.
he takes his dick, pulls it back, tapes that shit, puts on like some girdle pantyhose and some panties, like some Spanxy panties and some pantyhose, and then he's got his pads on top of it because they had like hip
Yeah, the
pads
hip
and shit.
pads, yeah.
This stuff gets expensive. Yeah,
It's
I'm
gotta
just
be
telling you,
hot,
you want to
too,
save
up
money,
there
do
dancing
not
around.
cross dress. I don't even do the stuff normal girls do to make themselves look appropriate. Like I smacked on some makeup while we start the podcast. Like I try to do it ahead of time, but invariably there's some stupid shit that I have to fucking deal with, and I end up doing it. I can't. A hilarious commune with Golden Girls. I think it would be a fucking good time.
Do I have to sit on the porch if Todd comes to our commune and describe like
All the tits?
describe what's got
Yeah, if there's naked ladies in the garden, your job is no, because he can just go around feeling things. I don't.
No. There'll be a no feely zone. Is what it will be.
Really, like the poor.
I will describe it to him. I will describe it.
Hang on a second.
In great detail.
I'm not trying.
I almost work for an audio erotica company. I don't know if you know.
You did apply. Have you heard back?
I didn't apply. I don't know if I even applied to that. I don't remember.
You should apply to it. You should apply to everything.
I think I did apply.
It will play enough. Todd has suggested that cheesecake is one of the major food groups. I agree with you, Todd. Hear me out. Poor guy's losing his vision. Had needles poked in his eyes today.
It's up to the individual ladies with the breasts.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, Todd lives in the commune and he's like, hey, I can't see any of these tits, and everybody keeps talking about how beautiful your wife's tits are. I mean, because everybody thinks my tits are beautiful. Would you be like, all right, Todd, you can get a free honk? I
mean, I could just take a football over there, 2 footballs.
And he wouldn't even know.
He would know. He would know. They're kind of leathery.
If you think that, give me your hands. Give me your hands.
I don't know.
Does that feel like a football?
No.
What does it feel like?
It feels like Jesus. There's got to be a perfect answer for this one.
I don't need a perfect answer.
It feels just right. Like Mama Bear's porridge. I am
if my tits feel like porridge, I've got problems.
I said it was just right.
I used to use porridge. I used to use breast milk to make rice cereal for the kids.
You and the breast milk.
So that's basically
you squirt it in people's eye. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're not lactating now, because that would be.
Please.
That would be like. We'd be going down the street.
Hold up! If I was lactating right now, you would weigh 600 pounds. You would be sucking on my tits 24 hours a day. Don't be a liar, pants on fire.
Might taste like.
It just tastes like sugar. Tracy's laughing. I don't know what she's laughing about, but I'm glad she's laughing. Cat goes back.
I just saw something.
We have a
just saw something. Albino gecko.
An albino gecko.
And he's on like a whitish, off-colored wall, and you can't see him at all unless he moves.
Charlie says he's only gotten harder with age.
Harder or hotter?
Hotter. Okay. I just can't speak. Words are hard. We're gonna loop back to you. Anne says she gets that.
And Fug, he has haircut, look great. No, I don't have a haircut. What happened is that we were out in the Jeep, and the Jeep was raining.
And he got drenched.
And I got drenched.
So I was supposed to cut his hair. I haven't done it already.
But thank you.
I might just do it on the podcast. We just do a quick haircut tutorial. I'll teach you all how to do it. It's very easy. These are the flats of the head.
The flats. Thank you. Thank you.
And so these are the rounds, right? So you have to accommodate for the parts of the head that are round, because the hair falls differently. And so it's flat back here, and you have generally whorls here, which you have to accommodate for the whorls. And so what I do his haircut in 5 minutes, because I can't stand for that long.
Accommodate the whorls.
So I take my clippers, number 2. Sorry, actually I do usually. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Nobody cares.
1.5, straight to here, all the way around. Go through the trimmers and fix the mess that he makes out of his fucking sideburns, because he shaves them so that they're grow like a 45
I don't know what
angle.
I'm doing. I'm shaving then, what the hell do I know?
Then I spray the top and I make 5 little clips, and he's fucking done. And I can do it in 5 minutes flat, because I cannot. Oh, that's like how long I could possibly stand for, and I'm in agony by the time I'm done, and I'm breathing heavy, and it's gross. So Fug, your hair looks great. I like Fug better.
So a muumuu is no different than I've never been a robe guy. I don't think I've ever
like
worn
a robe because it can pop open. But the muumuu, it's on. When it's on, it's on. But I want, I'm going Mrs. Roper style. That's what I want. Because do you remember Mrs. Roper on Three's Company? I want her stylist. She had these muumuus.
She glided into the room, and it was like
she always had gorgeous jewelry. I'm gonna be Mrs. Roper. And I have rope hair. I'm gonna be Mrs. Rope hair. What?
You just missed what I said.
What did you say?
That she would come in a room trailed by this luxurious fabric of Stevie Nicks scarfage.
It wasn't like that, though.
It kind of was.
I don't remember there being any
But
scarves.
it had an Asian influence to it.
In any case, I'm going Mrs. Roper all the way. If I can figure out a way not to have to get away with not having a bra on, that would be fantastic, because they hurt. They're bad for your lymph nodes.
Maybe we just go to Sticker Mule and get some
honest
stickers.
To God, if you have small titties, my armpits are bigger than your tits. I have at least an 8. It's actually down right now. There's no inflammation on this side right now, but this side has.
But that side. Okay.
But sometimes it's like a C cup up in that bitch. Okay.
The comments are on fire tonight, people.
We're not sure if it's moo and then moo or moo. But either way, tuck and tape. Yeah, that's what you do with your parts if you want to. But put your balls up inside in the pockets that God gave you. We'll show you the video. I did it to Doug. It was a good time.
No, she didn't.
Kind of.
It was not.
Did I put a
comfortable.
pocket in?
I don't think you. Yeah, it was not.
One was in, and I kept trying to get the second one in, and he kept flinching, and I said,
It was not comfortable.
We'll show you the video.
Not comfortable.
At some point, you'll love it.
Maybe we'll do a pay-per-view.
Charlie says, I'm not qualified to be or have ever been a golden girl. Stacy, you know me. I'm always doing my own thing. I have a lot of fun adjectives for what I can be. Girl. Golden girl is not.
Well, he's certainly not going to make the island with that
You
attitude,
can be-
Archbishop.
You can be Stan. You can be Stan.
Oh, yeah, you can be, yeah.
Dorothy. And that's kind of the dynamic that Charlie and I have. So I don't know, Charlie, if you've ever watched The Golden Girls. But Dorothy, who's B. Arthur, she's very tall.
Who nobody liked, by the way, on the show. I just read.
Yeah, she was
Betty
a
White did
challenge.
not like her.
She was married to this man named Stan. He was kind of like a
Spornak.
Stan. He was like he was a philanderer and like a I don't know.
Who isn't really?
But he'd always show up on the show, and they almost got remarried to one another at one point. In any case, they fight with like cats and dogs, so they're basically you and I. So you can be Stan. You don't have to wear a muumuu, but I'm telling you, think about it. Think about how wonderful it would feel to let your big dick just swing between your legs and your balls hang low and wobble to and fro. You can tie him in a knot. You can tie him in a bow. You could
That's
even
crazy.
I don't know if you could throw your balls over your shoulder like a continental
Well, it depends
soldier,
how
but
old
I've
you
seen
are.
your dick. You probably could do it with that. And Anne says no tucking tonight. Todd is just in a place of he doesn't even know whether to laugh, cry, cover his eye. What is the point?
Yeah.
Todd is covering
Oh,
his
he
eyes.
covers his eyes. Well, you never know. Like his
'cause
sight
he
could
still-
regain.
he still
like,
can
and
see
he
some
just
stuff.
still doesn't want to
And
see
he's just like, fuck you people.
He,
You're all
He
nuts.
wouldn't even be happy at that point.
Charlie's saying he's not saying that he has toxic masculinity, but I enjoy living off the grid, hunting and fishing for food, and building a homestead. All of the traits are very masculine. Yeah, that's why you rock out with your cock out in a muumuu. Jesus Christ. Everybody needs to wear a fucking muumuu. Charlie, you're coming down and you're going to wear a fucking muumuu and you're going to love it. You're going to be like, oh my God, Stacey, this is amazing. Just because you wear a muumuu doesn't make you gay.
You can come up with your own title, Archbishop.
His
He's
own
just
title?
hung up on the girls.
Okay, well,
You sit and have Doug in there. I have offered to like hang from the
Not-
ceiling to get my my haircut, and she's like, "Nope, just sit on the stool."
you sit and have Doug sit on the ground. I wouldn't be able to reach him. The top part. So what I do is I cut the sides and then I sit down for a little bit and then I do the top. I have him sit in two different stools. So he sits on a bar stool when I do the side to the back, and he sits in a regular chair when I do the front.
She won't let me go to a salon or anything. She won't let me
I
go.
told you a couple times to go, but I want you to go to like a black barber shop. They know how to cut hair. Or go to when you go, they fuck it up. You and Zach's hair is always fucked up and it drives me insane. I'm happy to fix it. Charlie enjoys Hugh Hefner's robe style. Hell yeah, sign me up. Okay, then wear a robe. If it makes you feel better, wear a robe. But I'm saying the robe will pop open. The muumuu, you just throw it on. You want to go swimming? You just pull it off and you jump in the fucking pool. Then you throw it right back on. It's awesome. Okay. Charlie can be the golden master. Do not encourage him. If Charlie's the golden master, do not encourage him. This man, he's living his life exactly how he wants to live it. He's on 16 acres with a pond. He's building himself a biodome. He's got his dog. Not a care in the world. We can't give him some sort of magical title because he'll get out of control then. I mean, he's already a little out of control, but we love him for it. And Tracy says, Charlie, do you own a toupee? Charlie does not own a toupee, but we could arrange that. I could give him some dreadlocks to put on his head. I have some extras in the
He
other
has
room.
plenty of hair.
He has long hair.
Yes.
But he wears a hat a lot. And
Hats make you lose your hair, I think.
I don't know, but I think that Charlie is a very handsome man. He has beautiful blue eyes, and he wears a hat a lot. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Because
Stan, the
from the
reason she
Golden
asked,
Girls
Stan
did,
had a
yeah.
toupee, and it was a bad toupee. So we could get Charlie a bad toupee. Yes, Stan from the Golden Girls did have a toupee. Okay, so I want to get back to the food thing real quick. So something I have always done that's like kind of spectrum-y is that when I eat my food, I eat my vegetables first because I want to eat them the least. Then I eat my protein, and then I eat my starches. You with me so far? Vegetables, protein, then starch. These days I'm really not eating any starches, but if you do that, it really what are you doing? Stop looking.
I'm getting the link to put on there for my food video.
If you say so.
Ignore me.
No, we're not going to watch the whole video.
I was going to put it for people to enjoy.
You're
I was
put in the
going to put it in
comments.
the chat. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can do that. But I feel like maybe just putting it up later would be the way to go. So anyway, it reduces your glucose spike by 75% by eating that way. So it's certainly worth trying, right? Like just eat your vegetables and your meat and then your starches and you'll be good. I wouldn't say he has a Joe Dirt look. Doug always says he looks like Nick Fleetwood. Is that who he's, or the lead
Charlie
singer
looks
of the
like
Black
Mick
Crows?
Fleetwood, yeah.
He's got like a Jesus vibe going on. Actually, I think we had shared a photo with Charlie at one point. It's around there somewhere. Todd is suggesting I shave your head. It will grow back eventually. Doug's head is a big block.
You don't
would look like a Lego man.
Yeah, you're.
It's a big old fucking square.
Yeah, you don't have to look at it, but everybody else does, Todd. And
Golden Master. Wow, interesting title. Jesus Christ, Dan, what the fuck did you just do? Tracy's saying that it's nice, and then Doug has shared the YouTube link for everyone to check out.
yes, this is.
But you've only shared it on your Facebook page. Is that where you put it?
I put it on the feed to this from.
You put on the feed to it on your Facebook page, so it doesn't come here for everybody else.
Okay.
And that's a link, so that's not going to help anyone. But if you
I'm
want
new to
that
this.
link, you can go to Doug's Facebook page or message us privately. We'll send it to you. So anyway, what are we talking about? So that's the veggies.
You were talking about eating
you know what we
veggies
haven't
first.
talked about, and we should do a song of the day. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I don't know if you haven't heard. Tina Turner dead.
Dead.
And I'm sad.
She was old though. She had a good run.
Old and she had a very good life, or a very full life. I don't know that all of it was good. The Ike years didn't seem to go very well, but what a fucking badass! You know, growing up, I never knew she was black. I didn't know she was black.
Oh,
I thought she was just because she looked Portuguese.
Well, it's funny too because
I had an aunt that looked a lot like her.
She first came on my radar as a little kid when she played the Acid Queen in the Who's Tommy movie edition. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's Tina Turner from Ike and Tina Turner." And I had no idea who it was, but I had always heard the name, and then obviously figured out who it is. But my song of the day for Tina Turner would be "Nutbush City Limits." You go back in the that thing's got some funkiness to it.
I have never heard of this song. I mean, I don't think that the woman has ever done anything wrong. I mean, "Rolling on the River." That unbelievable. Proud Mary, unbelievable. That whole Private Dancer album, which I had as a kid, and I would dance to Private Dancer in the basement, and I would go. We had a pole in the basement that was like to support the house, right? Because it's in a basement, and I would dance around like it was a stripper pole to Private Dancer, and then my grandparents would come down, and I would be like, "Skip this song, skip this song." They can't know that I'm doing stripper dances in my very Catholic grandparents' basement.
She also opened for the Rolling Stones at Altamont, the very famous Rolling Stones at Altamont concert in 1969. It was like kind of a follow-up sort of to
but
Woodstock.
She was like,
but let
she
me
was
finish.
Like,
I gotta finish.
Yeah.
She did this version of Otis Redding's "I've Been Loving You Too Long to Stop Now." Oh my God. Like it was so goddamn sexy.
You probably find on YouTube.
It was, it was so crazy.
So
sexy.
which version is it?
It was from Altamont. Her just if you put Ike and Tina Turner review Altamont Speedway, and it's "I've Been Loving You Too Long to Stop Now." But she did a lot of Otis songs. She did "Can't Turn You Loose," stuff like that. So she was like, she was legit. And the later stuff kind of. Although I never liked that Thunderdome one because it sounded like "We don't need another hero." Oh, we need that for a movie, the Thunderdome, and they just put the word Thunderdome into an existing song. So that I didn't love.
I've never seen that movie. I hear that's what
good.
Burning Man is like. I don't know. I think the woman can do no wrong. And to Anne's point, her legs were insane.
Yeah.
And she was like 70 and insane legs and like the hair, like the woman is just iconic. She's a fucking legend, and I'm so sad she's gone. And I said, why couldn't it have been Madonna?
No.
And Doug's like, you can't say that.
No,
I don't want anyone to die, but I feel like Madonna's outlived her usefulness, and I feel like Tina Turner is still doing positive things. The other one I like is I'm a big fan of these days is Dolly, although she was supporting some pharmaceutical things that I'm not really a fan of. I do generally like she does a lot of charity work.
She does.
She's tattooed up from head to toe.
She's a legend. Yeah.
Do you know that she wears like gloves on her hands?
Right. Yeah, because she's got weird
like
tattoos.
a thing.
But I think the tattoos cover up some sort of scarring or something or something. I'd read that.
I don't know, but she's a fucking legend. That's all I can say. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. Intestinal cancer after everything she had been through. She was an amazing woman and an artist. I didn't know that she had intestinal cancer, the poor thing. I hope that she didn't suffer much because that's dying is not something that scares me at all. And if you're a sick person, if you have a health issue like I do, like most of us are like, yeah, death. That sounds like a good time. Whereas suffering, not so much. So I really hope she didn't suffer because that would suck. The best legs of all time. I don't know if she's talking about Tina Turner or Anne.
I don't know. Well, we'll
maybe,
let you know when she comes down
here.
here.
You know when she comes. Maybe she'll give us a little show. She can do like
she can be a pirate dancer.
We'll give her a pair of stilettos. She
for money. We don't have a basement pole, but we have these like lanai poles right here.
Square. Don't catch. We have one of those like things where you throw the hook. Yeah. You know, you like it's a circle and there's a hook over there and it's string and you throw it. I don't know what it's called.
It's like a game.
Don't decapitate yourself on
TV
that.
Toss,
but you could do a little dance around that pole right there with your sexy legs, and you know we'll talk about the titties, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever the crowd needs.
Basically, what we're saying is we would like you to entertain us while you're. She like bought us a present or present. I'm like, you don't have to buy us anything. Just come and don't be too horrified.
Maybe she's buying me earplugs for you when you two yentas get together.
Fuck you. Our house is such a mess, and like I want to be able to have people over like sporadically. Like I want people to just be able to show up and be like, "Oh, look at our cute and charming house." But I have been so sick. Doug is like trying so hard. Like it's just
trying to keep up.
It's just not going well. We need a helper monkey. So that was Tracy says she gives up on typing tonight. We'll only give you a hard time about all of your typos. I'm just kidding. Don't worry about them. It's fine. Charlie says, as for a toupee, no, I have no need for one. All of my long hair can cover up my bald spot that I have. Plus, Stacey has seen me have my hair up in a ponytail similar to the Japanese shogun. I have. I think Charlie's look works for him. Like, I don't feel like everybody could pull it off, but it works for him. I will say, though, I don't know that look works so much in Florida.
It looks hot, is what it does look.
You can't wear a trench coat and a fucking hat. We're gonna have to get him like a different hat, like a lightweight hat that's not made of wool, and
like a straw hat, like the yellow, the man in the yellow hat from Curious George.
All right, I figured it out. You ready to hear it? You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
We'll find Charlie a new hat that is made of a lightweight material, so he's not too hot, and it provides shade. It will also be black. However, instead of a long black coat, we will get him a silk black robe,
kimono. And
he can be just like Hugh Hefner. Incidentally, Muck Sticky has a great song called Hugh Hefner that I highly recommend. Okay.
Alleged.
Anne thinks that Madonna is a Satan worshiper. Possibly. And Anne,
last I knew she was
get your Tina legs on.
Yeah. Last we knew Madonna was into Kabbalah, yeah.
Yeah, but what they say publicly and what they do privately, and I don't know. I just know that I idolized Madonna growing up, and now I'm like I don't even want to listen to her music.
I feel
the same thing happened with Michael Jackson. Like I'll never know whether he molested a bunch of kids or not, so I don't really feel comfortable listening to his music. But just celebrities just stop being fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Listen,
how hard is it to be goddamn normal? We promise
to always just be us, and we may horrify you, but you know what you're getting from the beginning. We're not going to like go crazy in 20 years. We're crazy now. I'm
not going to have any kids sleeping over here. Little kids.
We have people sleep over here.
Yeah, but that's not like
Wes and Nolan. They're not really little kids anymore. They're grown. They're grown.
I have a really interesting story that I had yesterday that I didn't think.
I kind of wanted to circle onto this because it related to what Charlie, the movie that we watched today, and then we can go to that.
Oh, that is a good story.
This is a good segue. So today on Amazon Prime, we watched a movie called Vannin. Vannin. Vannin, like going
like we be vanning. We be vanning. Hey.
Perhaps.
We
will van. And it was people. So these people had vans and they customized them. And this goes back to the 70s
when vans were.
Yeah. So people were getting these old Dodge vans, and they were like the OG van life people. And they
shag carpeting.
They had like shag carpeting.
One had a spinning bed.
One had a spinning bed. Like people like decked these vans out. They would buy them. They would customize them. They would lift them. They would mod them out. They would put all kinds of fancy shit on them because it was utilitarian as opposed to other vehicles, and they could use it to travel. And so apparently they have all of these gatherings for all the van people. And back in the day, they were insane. Like they would have there'd be like people having sex on a picnic table, and there'd be like, the drugs, and there's still with the alcohol. They said that they get together and they hang out. but it's a whole subculture. And just watching the people and listening to them talk and all the stories.
And the old timers that have been to every one of them are like, yeah,
they had some stories. And then
we used to roll around in the mud.
There was one guy that looked just like Charlie, sounded like, well, they didn't really sound like Charlie. He had
No,
a deep voice,
but
but
yeah.
it wasn't Charlie's voice, but it was a deep voice.
Yeah, he was Charlie-esque.
And he, dude, he's, it was just a great movie. And like looking at the clothes and stuff, and it just reminded you of like, you know, most people here, you know, our age-ish, it reminded you of a different time, a simpler, no cell phone time where people, and the thing that's cool is that now these people, like a lot of people stopped kind of doing it, and now it's getting more popular because people are doing the whole van life thing. And so,
but that van life,
some of these people are like,
the van RV thing is way different than these people. These people are like the A-Team, Starsky.
Yeah, no, they're old school. But I think that the
van.
new van lifer people might start hanging out with the old school van lifer
yeah.
people. But the old
it's
school
gentrifying the van life, I think.
Yeah, but these people are like, they're up.
That's an owl.
Borrowing owls next
I do
door.
see some lightning back there, so be careful.
Yes, exactly. Like Mystery Machine level, like Scooby-Doo mysteries. That's what they look like. They were cool as shit. And the people were super cool. And there were all these flashbacks to the 70s. And it was just a really good movie. I highly recommend it.
One guy had a Ted Nugent.
It was good for a
themed
laugh.
van.
Yeah, they had like one had Jethro. Was it Jethro Tull?
Oh, one side was Steve Miller Band. The other side was Led Zeppelin, Angel thing.
And there was just like all kinds of different things, like all these different bands.
It was
like
all about the airbrushing back then.
Yeah, they had all the airbrushing on the side of your van. What we need to do, all right, hear me out. We win the lottery, or you know, the podcast goes viral, or you know, somebody is like, "Hey, here's a van,"
or Tina Turner left us a boat.
Maybe
Could
I don't know.
Could happen.
Some miracle occurs, whereas we have a van, we get it airbrushed on the side.
Oh yeah.
What do we get?
It's got to have a cigarro cactus, I think. Maybe one of those like cattle skulls.
No,
it's essentially what was on the on.
I'm going flamingos.
Did you snowman? What the
snowman? Did you even move the flamingo since yesterday?
No, I didn't touch them.
All right, wait. Do you want to have a corncob pipe and a button nose?
No, I want to have I want to have the snowman. What was on the graphics from Smokey and the Bandit? Because you had the
but I see. I feel like we have to do something that represents us, that nobody else would have.
Smokey and the Bandit represents.
I say we do areola.
No.
And the flamingos.
No.
We're gonna have to
then
fight
we're gonna look like a shuttle bus from the Tampa airport. Is what we're gonna look like.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Very interesting, very throwback to. It was neat to see like the old 70s kind of
good documentary. It's free. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free. Prime Video, Vannon. Check it out. I'm sure you can get it at your local library too. It was just interesting, and it was funny and heartwarming-ish, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they showed this guy back in the 70s who was.
If you like this podcast, you'll like that. I think
he had a tank. The one guy, his tank top. They showed him back in the 70s.
Oh my god, he was so furry.
Hair all over him, right? So now he's like a silverback. So he's got like the silver hair, like he's got shoulder hair, like over here. And I'm like, if you have that, right, do you really want to wear a tank to show it off?
You know what?
But then I was like, I can't relate to that because I don't have that. So I'm like,
he's from a time before women shaved their bushes. Like it was a sign. Hairiness and baldness in men are generally signs of virility. High testosterone. Not that you want to run your fingers through his back hair, but you know what? Good for him. Let
something to grab onto.
So I have just 1, 2, 3 other things, but you can do yours.
Well,
mine,
we can talk about this right now.
Okay, well,
so I've been having these like little spots. I don't know if you can see them. But
that's not for this though. That's
no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's for it. Actually, look, I don't know if you can see this. Like little.
No, that's
little
a different one than the other one.
On the bottle, it says it treats it. It's on the bottle.
Okay. Anyway.
So I've been having these like little spots, right? And I have little spots here. It comes and goes, whatever. And so nothing really helps it. So she bought something off Amazon.
And Lotrimin would help. So and we hate chemical products, but he hasn't been treating this. It's getting worse. It's driving me crazy. It needs to go away. So I got him a nice spray bottle.
I was gonna put leg makeup
so that he can apply it every day, several times a day, till it fucking goes away because it's driving me fucking crazy. And it's called Hongo Killer.
Hongo Killer. I'm like, what the hell is Hongo Killer?
Qu'est-ce que c'est? So anyway, it's called Hongo Killer.
Hongo Killer. I don't know what the hell that is.
I bought the like the regular like Lotrimin spray.
It feels like this is a Nicaraguan.
But I don't fucking know. But
Hongo
Hongo Killer. I had to buy it because it was called Hongo Killer. It was like 50 cents more than the Lotrimin, but it's called Hongo Killer, and I was like,
it's brilliant.
There's nothing better than Hongo Killer.
It looks like it's something like you would use this on your plants in your garden to kill the hongo bugs.
We don't have any
and-
hongo bugs.
Anyway, so that was
So and then I had one thing that we could talk about 90210 if we want, if we have time at the end. But the one thing I thought that was fantastic is this guy is on TikTok, and he says, "I love gay guys because they leave more women for the straights, and then they remove men who are competition for women." And I would argue that the most attractive men.
except
Is
for
that
me.
lightning behind us?
Yeah, there's lightning. A little lightning.
The most attractive men, not for Doug. The ones that take care of themselves and look really good and go to the gym
That
and stuff.
don't need hongo killer on their spots.
No, they get their own hongo killer. In any case, they those are the guys they pull out of the dating pool. So if you're like if you're like an unattractive, not interesting, boring ass man, you should fucking love the gays because they're helping you out.
Mm.
They're helping you out.
And they'll come to your house and
they'll
give you the queer eye for the straight guy and help you not wear frumpy guitar shirts and things like that. So.
Yeah, well, but I like frumpy guitar shirt. I like your look.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're perfect just the way you are.
Why, thank you.
I mean, you're a fucking pain in the ass. I want to kill you half the time.
Why not? Why not? Thank you.
But
No, I get it.
I find you to be
well,
attractive.
I don't know.
I find you
It's
to be
hard.
attractive.
It's hard because
And I
you can't
don't-
look like a 12-year-old
honestly,
kid.
But I don't know. It takes you longer to get ready to leave the house than it takes me. So
I'm
you're
an
a
old
little
dude.
too metrosexual for me sometimes. But
Okay.
you know,
Whatever.
maybe you should put a moo on.
Maybe I should do those things that Charlie does, like hunt and fish and manly things.
Yeah, it's called Vannon, and I think it was spelled VANNEN, but I could be you're right. It's IN VANNIN. I'm just a crazy person.
Apparently, I'm sorry.
And watched the movie Otto the other night. It was very different. I cried through that whole movie. Yeah, real close to home. What the fuck is Hongo Killer?
So Hongo Killer.
It's basically Lotrimin. It's like the athlete's foot
So
spray.
like the Latin name for like whatever it is, like athlete's foot or whatever it kills is
Hongo probably means fungus. It's probably
Teminki.
Hongo Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? I can't help myself.
Oh, you
All right,
can't do it.
tell
But
your
we said
story.
that at the same time. Anyways, I don't know if you guys caught this, but there's a
I'm gonna look up Hongo where you do that.
there's apparently a pod of orcas in the Strait of Gibraltar that has been sinking yachts and
Fuckers.
sailboats. Apparently, what happened, and I think this is fascinating. A orca, a female orca, got harassed by a boat. I think they were like going after it or something. That thing remembered and went and got a bunch of friends, came back like a posse, hit this yacht go, like the jet skis went off the back. So it caused a lot of damage to this yacht, and it's been sinking other boats and things like that. But they're saying that one orca that had that bad experience is now training all these other orcas to not trust boats and that the boats are enemies. And so like this is a generational thing that might take hold in the orca community like
They're
forever.
fucking shit up. Maybe they're
So-
gonna go after those SeaWorld people. Anne has a question. She says, is it definitely yeast spots? Those are not the yeast
It's,
spots. That's a different
it's-
fungus, and I think he
it's
should use some glue on
Tinea
those.
versicolor, look it up. It's what it is.
In any case, the one on his chest is different, and it's candida, and so the
Well,
lotion will
whatever.
kill it. So
We'll keep you posted on it.
thank you.
And
Your
on
concern.
my spots. And then the other thing is that that I had from yesterday was there was a 207-pound alligator gar caught in Lake Corpus Christi. This thing was a monster. It was over 7 feet long. And I don't know if you've ever seen an alligator gar, but it looks like an alligator and a fish swallowed each other at the same time. It's got a long snout.
Google it,
Yeah.
bitch.
Oh my God, it's crazy. But
Or
this
Google it.
thing was 207 pounds, 7 feet long, and they released it back into the water. They think they said it was decades old. It was probably older than that. But they say they
Decades
get up to,
isn't really that long.
well,
If you said four
nature.
score and 7 years ago.
Four score. So, anyways, when we had the hurricane here last year, an alligator gar got stuck in a it wasn't that long. It was maybe like 3-4 feet, but it was stuck in a fence and kind of drooping, went through one of the slats in the fence and was drooping. And then the water receded and there's this fish stuck in a fence. And that was an alligator gar too. And it was just so bizarre, but that was right down here in Fort Myers. So they live in the river and they came up with the storm surge and ended up in a fence.
Maybe they hang out with our band friends.
But yeah, the alligator gar was,
Do you
I've
think
always
that
heard about it.
the alligator guard that live in the river. Do you think they hang out with our van friends down by the river?
Oh, in like
Never mind.
Chris Farley.
Yes. Tracy says orcas are very smart. They are not to be messed with.
Well, they eat the only things that eat great whites. So
And also, holy crap, that is a big fish. I don't know that you're fit eating a great white. You have to be pretty big. They're known for taking the livers out of sharks.
yes, and that's
Interesting.
Yeah.
You need your liver. It's an important part of your body. I actually
No, livers are like super high in protein. So like any predator that knows what they're doing will just go for the most economical protein source, and that's usually like the liver, the heart, things like that. So, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? You don't go for my. You know how I am about my ribs. All right, you're not an orca.
You guys, this is the worst marriage ever.
See, this is why. She's
Marital,
like, why can't I touch you?
He
this
won't
is why.
let me
'cause
bite
she's
his
gonna bite
liver.
my
He won't let
liver.
me play with his dick
That's
on the
not-
podcast. It's just ridiculous.
I tell you what they also learned is that the orcas flip the great whites upside down, and they can't. They're like swim bladder or whatever. It gets all messed up, and they don't eat. They go catatonic.
Charlie says orcas are elite predators. Do what orcas do to sharks make great white sharks turn into scary cats. I think he means scaredy cats, but yeah, I get your point.
Yes.
No, I agree. They're fucked up. They will fuck you up. Shamu is not your friend.
Don't go to see that crap. That's just torture.
I won't go there.
You know what? I love.
Do you know how many Disney animals Disney takes in that SeaWorld fucked up?
Oh, I bet.
It's like a whole thing. I dove the tank at Epcot a few years ago with my daughter, and they had a manatee and a dolphin that they were rehabbing that had been at SeaWorld and abused. Liver is very high in nutrients. Yes.
Yeah.
It is good stuff.
Why she's trying to eat mine.
And there's a lot of things that you can do to support your liver. Doug did a castor oil pack. Why are you half off the screen?
I don't know. Well, because you've been typing and you pulled it over there.
Yeah, but you every night. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, do you have another story? Because I'd like to.
No. You can.
No,
have,
I was
have
just gonna
right
ramble. So it's what 9/11. 911 is joking your time. The only other thing is because I was super nauseous today, felt like shit and miserable, and I tried various things. And what we did at one point was supposedly Tracy says that she's heard that SeaWorld is closing the orca exhibit. We'll let you know. I don't know, but I hope so. What was I talking about? So I was just trying to distract myself. So we played cribbage twice. I won one, Doug won one. And we watched Vannon. I was just trying to find a way to distract myself because I was not doing well. And then we put on 90210. OG Gen X television, 90210. And Dylan McKay. So Dylan McKay is, what's his name?
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry. May he rest in peace. He's like wearing overalls, like with one side is unhooked. So 90s.
It's a good look.
The clothes are hilarious. And then it's just the funniest.
When did that show go on the air? Was it late 80s? I always thought it was late 80s.
It's gotta be. No, I think it was, probably like 88.
Yeah,
Let me check.
Early 90s, maybe.
But they remade it. I've never watched the remake, but I don't know. There's just I've watched every episode, and like it's just funny to go back and watch it and just be like, wow, we dressed like that. And
I was too old to watch that show. I had no interest in that show because it was of your high school genre, right? So I would think that was early 90s high school drama. Whereas I was out and about by then.
So it came out in exactly 1990. And it was, it came out in 1990.
Yeah.
And it was on for a long time. It was on for 10 years.
Wow.
1990 to 2000. And then they did a remake in like 2008.
So Jeff says there's an arapaima was found in the shores of the Caloosahatchee, which is between us and Fort Myers. A couple years ago, they said it was 6 feet long. I only know about the arapaima from River Monsters going down there and Jeremy Wade catching one. And actually, when he pulled it out, the thing flapped its tail, hit him in the breastbone, and he ended up having a heart injury from this fish flapping. So I would. Yeah.
You skipped over a whole bunch of comments.
Oh,
Charlie says orcas typically see us as not a threat, so they often have no interest into us as a food source. Well, that's good to know. Tracy says that was her childhood in the 90s, watching 90210.
I would like to see Tracy
we might have to have a 90210 chat.
The single buttoned overalls from you. I'd like to see that. And I bet you had a Blossom hat. I bet you had. Whoa.
Oh, we all did.
Whoa.
So we got and then he loves Jeremy Wade.
Oh, Jeremy Wade.
Can I just tell you, Doug does the accent.
Oh, yeah. It gets her all hot and bothered.
But he never does it in bed.
Kids are all
Not
hot and
okay.
bothered.
Yeah, well, why don't you do it in bed? Why don't you like be like, do it? Say, tell me to get on my knees.
It's an apex predator.
I don't want you to tell me it's an
No,
apex.
I can only do what Jeremy
gonna-
Wade says.
Are you gonna say that your penis is an apex predator?
It's an apex predator from the deep.
Your penis is like a beta
Oh
predator.
my god!
What? You won't let me touch it?
It's like a Welsh catfish.
Well,
Jeremy Wade went fishing in the Fitzroy for a glyphis shark and caught one. And there's only been 2 other glyphis sharks ever known in the world, and he caught the 3rd one. That's a man. Sorry, Jeremy Wade is the shit.
Okay, well there you go. He's the man. Tracy says that she did not have a blossom hat, but she did rock the one-sided overalls.
Yeah.
I never wore my overalls one-sided. I did wear overalls. I actually wore them a lot when I was pregnant for some strange reason. I liked them. And
I bet Rachel on Friends wore them, and that caused a
yeah, but that was later. Friends didn't come on till way later. But the whole t-shirt with the spaghetti scrap dress over it, I did that. The combat boots with the dress, I did that. I wore combat boots with my Catholic school, or Doc Martens with my Catholic school uniform every day, and fishnet stockings and a red bra underneath. I was a good time. So and Charlie says the guy knows how to fish and he's driven to catch what he's after. Exactly. Speaking of which, you need to go
fishing with Jeff.
I
Yeah,
think we
I'll
all
go
need to
fishing
go
with Jeff.
fishing. I just want to get no CMs. Fuck no CMs.
Yeah,
I wonder if Chris fishes. Chris, from the New England,
Pompeo.
Southwest Florida. 'Cause that would be a good group of people.
Jeremy Wade once went fishing in Chernobyl, and he had a Geiger counter on him, and like he only had a certain amount of time to catch a certain catfish that was whatever, like growing uncontrollably over there. And yeah, it was scary. It was scary.
Tracy says that she was more into Nirvana and emo than a Blossom fan. Yeah, I was a skater girl. Much like yourself, I was with the Doc Martens with most outfits, and yeah, I was a skater girl like early on, and then when I went to Coil, like I just always kind of did my own fucking thing. I didn't care what anybody else did or like. Jesus,
that was loud.
I almost broke the table.
Yeah, what the hell?
Wait, you're so far away.
Will you keep moving?
I'm on a chair with wheels. We should go to Blind Pass on Sanibel. There won't be any bugs. We'll be in the beach.
I want to catch an orca.
Okay, well, I will say this. I have gotten fucking eaten to death at Sanibel, but I'm down for whatever. I love hanging out.
I don't think you were invited. I think that was an invite for me.
I don't know. He and I had a chat
maybe.
about how we we're going to sit on the beach, but you guys can go fish. Whatever. I'm down with whatever. I don't care.
I don't know if I told this to you, Jeff, when I saw you. I own a Ronco Pocket Fisherman in the original box. I bought it at Brimfield Flea Market for $15.
I don't think you want to use that to fish in the ocean.
Deluxe. I was trying to be the first person to ever catch a striped sea bass from shore with a pocket fisherman, but then when I caught a
it's gonna break in half that plastic.
I swear to God, the first time I caught a striper on a 10-foot pole, I was like, oh my God, this thing's trying to pull me in the ocean. It was only like a couple feet long, and so then I'm deciding that if I used a pocket fisherman and I got a striped bass, that thing would explode in my hand. And
well, because the thing about like that plastic from back in the day is that it gets brittle and it'll just fucking shatter.
I really still want to catch something with it though.
Catch something
not in the ocean, but maybe I'll catch
I don't know. We got crazy shit in our lakes down here. You'll get an alligator or crocodile or I don't know, a crocagator. So yeah, that's so I don't know. I do find watching 90210 to be hilarious because it's any of these old shows. It's like to see how we used to dress, how we used to do our hair. What the fuck was wrong?
And over the weekend you were watching Designing Women.
I love Designing Women.
There's a lot of shoulder pads and a lot of poofed out hair in that. But
it's interesting how like from a societal like thing, it's like, oh yeah, this is when we were like trying to push like so Designing Women. It's all these like feminist ideals. And then on 90210, it's all very, timely. So like on 90210, there's a lot of talk about safe sex and drug use and, people being gay. And like, it was a big deal when somebody was gay, but people supported you. And just like stuff like, I don't know, it's interesting to see how time has evolved. So I'm not saying that like, you should admit like, reading a history book, but I would argue that you learn, you can learn just as much from watching television about our culture if you're really paying attention. And so Lisa usually sunbathes with Penny, our Boston Terrier, while I surf cast. You 2-3 would enjoy that, I bet. Yeah, I'll surf cast. I'll hang out with the dog. I'll hang out with Lisa. Whatever. I'm down. And you just tell me when. We'll figure it out.
Right.
A crocagator, they probably exist.
Actually, I do know the answer to this. They cannot mate for whatever reason. It would be fantastic, but
why can't they?
Can't. I don't know why, but I actually looked it up.
That's like saying that people like
they can't. And if they did,
conservatives trying to shove their politics on the fucking alligator. If an alligator wants to fuck a crocodile, it's gonna fuck a crocodile. No,
I'm sure they can have a little gator croc fun, but I'm just saying that I don't think they're compatible with the DNA with whatever. Yeah, and but they're.
But what if they're just horny and like, hey, like I'm horny, you're horny, we're here, it's a swamp, like let's do it.
But Tracy, don't worry, I didn't crush your dreams just yet because we have science that's going to bring back the woolly mammoth and all that stuff. They'll make a croc gator, but the croc gator is kind of boring because you're really putting two things that are similar together. Now a croc tiger, now that would be something outstanding.
I have a concern.
Running around chomping people.
First of all, hongo is Spanish for fungus.
Hongo.
Second of all,
like the Hongo River Queen.
When you start to ask a question on Google, like you start to ask the question and it fills it in for you. Apparently, nobody else has ever asked if an alligator can have sex with a crocodile.
Nobody's ever asked that?
There's no known incidences of crocodiles interbreeding successfully with alligators. Okay, great. But I just want to know if they fuck.
Oh, I'm
how
sure.
Crocodiles do it. How do crocodiles have sex? Gator sex legalized in Florida?
Gator sex?
This can't be a fucking thing.
No.
Hang on, guys. I hate to like read you an article, but here we go. Gator sex legalized in Florida. Amendment 9. This cannot be real. Maybe it is. I don't know. Amendment 9 allowing residents to fornicate with swamp lizards passed, and now with a medical license, anyone in Florida can have sexual relations with alligators and crocodiles. The bill was brought to Congress in 2013 after Mendelsohn Winship's family lobbied heavily after their billionaire father, Anthony David Mendelsohn Winship, had been indicted for bestiality on 3 different counts and had paid the finest lawyers to litigate his sentence to time served. We were tired of our father, who supports us financially, getting into legal trouble and having our trust funds frozen while he was incarcerated, said Cletus Mendelsohn Winch, whatever that last name is, the third, through a payphone, which he instructed me he would ring near the paintball field on State Road 19.
I don't think this is...
Sex with animals will now be legal if you go through the process of attaining a license, which includes a free psychological analysis and professional trauma doctor.
Totally fake.
I don't know, but it goes on and on.
Look,
and
it's Florida. There's so many things we don't allow that should be allowed, and that shouldn't be allowed.
I don't know, but I think this is beautiful. Now that gator sex is becoming accepted, bestiality enthusiasts from all over the spectrum have started lobbying for their cases.
All right, so I had mentioned before that
hang on. Of why they should be allowed to sleep with creatures such as orca whales, everything comes full circle, and cockatoos. I don't know, how do you fuck a cockatoo? I know how you fuck a cockatoo, but not a cockatoo. Like,
I mentioned before that they were going to put 2 different animals together, and I said a croc and a tiger. That right there, that's a croc and a tiger. I actually want this tattooed on me, but for some reason, it's got Mick Jagger's lips on it. But I love this. Like, that is just cool as hell. Anyway,
okay, you're on crack.
I don't know how I'm on crack, and you're over there having sex with animals.
She finds things to be exciting. I don't know what she finds to be exciting. Jeff says that alligators are freshwater species and crocodiles are saltwater species, and I think it has a lot to do with why they can't mate. You raise a valid point. However, sometimes they like to hang out together in the brackish water down in the Everglades.
There's a croc that has been sighted. Actually, on the internet it says there was croc sighted in Cape Coral at a condominium complex over here, and actually just this recently they've been tracking a crocodile that made it to Melbourne, which is pretty far north from the Everglades. So it's pretty.
You guys are boring me. And Tracy says, "Good luck with trying to have sex with a gator. Could you imagine those love bites?"
Yes.
Hey, you know what? Could the gator imagine the love bites? I'm gonna come up from behind and be like, "Oh, what? Why do you say 'oh Jesus' and flinch every time I go near?"
Because you make noises like you're like in a horror movie, like you're The Walking Dead.
I'm not The Walking Dead.
You're
And
something.
Tracy has said that is so weird. I don't know what she's saying is weird.
I think it was my hybrid animal.
The fact that you won't let me touch you in the parts
Well, that
or
too.
bite you,
No, you're a
make
hybrid
hissing
animal
noises. You like a hybrid.
and an animal. Anyways, I thought that would make a great tattoo because
Okay.
it is so
But
bizarre.
you're gonna get a tattoo now?
I don't think so. No. If I'm getting anything, I'm getting the Clash logo here, and then
You have your tattoo from Saturday.
I
still.
do. I still have it. It won't come off.
Mine came right off.
It just looks like
It's because you're dehydrated. You know why
dirty.
it's not coming off? Because you're
oh my
dehydrated.
God.
How much water did you drink today?
I drank that big thing and a couple of those.
And how much
and
salt
some
did
coffee.
you do?
I did 1 or 2 salts. I
You
don't
need to
know.
do more than that. I definitely did not drink enough fluid today, and I didn't eat enough. I'm trying to work on my dinner, which is this homemade yogurt that Doug made.
I made it yesterday before the podcast. It came out primo. And it's really good.
Let me tell you something. If you don't like yogurt, make homemade
Get
yogurt.
yourself some.
If you like if you like yogurt, have homemade yogurt. It's like goat cheese and ice cream had a fucking baby.
And if you like cheesecake, you're wrong because cheesecake isn't that great.
You're not wrong. All right. So, do you have any other topics you want to go over?
I really don't, but I would like to thank my my good friend George. He
that's
called me
what you
twice
talk about.
today.
George called. Hang on a second. George called, and they're like some guy from the Clash's house.
Yes, he's outside
Who's the guy?
of Paul Simonon, who was the bass player for the Clash. He was the one smashing the bass on that famous album cover. One of the coolest guys in the world, also a painter. I mentioned him on the show.
But George and Sandy are there, and Sandy's like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." And George is like, "Should I do it? Should I do it?" And I'm like, "Fucking George, do it!" I'm Duck's like going 2 rooms away, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, "Fucking do it! You could drop dead tomorrow. Do it for me. I'm sick and suffering. You think I wouldn't fucking do it?" When you're asking yourself in life, "What should I do?" Ask yourself, "What would Stacy do?"
Yeah.
Stacy
Are you
would
gonna
say,
regret it?
fucking throw yourself in there. You're only going to give one. You're only given one chance. You only have one life. Once you have time, it's gone. He's in fucking England. Go to the guy's house. I'm like, George, if you're a musician, you've been performing for years. If somebody's been a fan of you your entire life and they politely come to your house and bought your new album and are like, "Please, sir, will you sign my autograph? I love you so much." You think you're going to tell them to fuck off? No, just ask them nicely. But the thing that pissed me off about it really made me mad. And I actually called him a pussy. I was like, "Don't be such a pussy, George." The thing that really bothered me about it though was that she's a realtor and he's a mortgage guy. So they're salespeople. And like realtors do like knock on your door and say, "Hey, do you want to sell your house?" Get out there. Get in there. Get it. So then he messaged Doug again with different guy.
So, all right, wait. So he sends me a picture of this entryway. And down that entryway, if you zoom in, you can see Paul Simonon's motorcycle. So he's famously has this motorcycle.
He's like, "That's his motorcycle."
That's his motorcycle, getting all excited. So like we turned into like 12-year-old kids. We're like, "Oh, this is great. You know, these are our heroes, right?" And we've already met this guy. I have at least 3 of his signatures here at the house.
Tracy says to do it.
And so anyways, yeah. So he's in London. So he ends up going to the 100 Club and seeing this fellow Glenn Matlock. Now, Glenn Matlock was the original bass player for the Sex Pistols, who wrote a lot of the songs. And when he left, they brought in Sid Vicious. You probably have all heard of Sid Vicious. So Glenn Matlock, he got Glenn Matlock to leave me this little like kind of cameo video. He says, "Hey, Doug, what's going on? Nice to see you." And there's my friend George.
If you properly had your phone set up so text went to your computer, look at that.
Right. So
you do have text going to your computer.
so
if
anyways,
you sign in with your ID and you have something on your phone, we can literally just put it
well,
up.
maybe
during the
we could
podcast.
do that for a future episode. I'm talking about Glenn Matlock. So anyways, I've met Glenn Matlock, fantastic guy. George went to the show at the 100 Club, which was a big, seminal punk rock club that all the great shows and all the great bands have played at. He got to go there and he kind of took some film like how big the place was and what it looked like. And it was kind of run down, as a matter of fact. And so then he sent me that, of Glenn Matlock saying, "Hey, Doug, from Massachusetts, whatever." So it was pretty cool. So thank you for that. That was a fantastic
Thanks, George.
thing, made my day. And it was also good to talk to him and Sandy. Now, Sandy was telling him not to go to Paul Simonon's door and said, "What would Doug do?" And she didn't think that I would do it. And so she's saying do it. And
I'm screaming.
And Sandy, and then I'm sort of have to side with Sandy because she's, saying, "Oh, well, Doug is Doug." And so Sandy and I are now like the
voice of reason.
The voice of reason, and you guys are like the voice inside of Mark David Chapman's head. Do it. No,
hang on. Wait, did you just side with Sandy because you thought you should?
well, she was supporting me. She's like, "Well, what would Doug do?" right?
So
So
you
now
like
I
you
feel like
support
I
her,
have
but
to sort of
hang
support
on a
her.
second.
Yeah.
So what you did is lied to your friend to
I told him to go about it with a plan. I didn't just say go up there willy-nilly. Hi, I'm
okay,
George from Boston.
But herein lies the point. You were dishonest.
No, I was not dishonest. You're not listening to me.
But you said I felt like I had to support Sandy.
Right. Well, I like the fact that she was saying that I was the cooler head of me and George, because George was just a stalker at that point.
I don't think George has generally got a pretty cool head.
So
you got cool hair too. I like his little curls.
I said, time out. You need a plan. You got to go to a record store. You just put out a new record with Galen and Paul. It's actually very good. Get the record, take it to him, have him sign it, or buy one of the Clash albums, have him sign it. But just don't go up there saying, "Hey." But I told him when he goes, because Paul Simonon is an unbelievable painter. So if he give me a tube of paint or something,
used paintbrush
or like anything, like that would be so cool.
I have a beautiful palette that's in the guest closet. It's a clear palette. It has all my paint on it, and it's so beautiful. I love those.
There's something so random about the palette. It's so cool. But I like way my art teacher told us to line it up. I still do that to this day from high school, and I still do that. So
you're gonna have to show me how your art teacher told you to line it up, because I definitely don't do that.
But the thing is, I don't know what colors I have. So like if you have all the colors that you need, you can line them up. And so then you always get some out of order, because I didn't know I had yellow ochre. So then you got to go and put it over next to the greens, and
I don't know what that
that's
means,
not what you
but
do.
Okay. Not Tracy. Ann says a goat cheese in reference to yogurt. No, on so many levels. Totally different taste, at least to me. Okay, so it's the texture of goat cheese because it's thick, and it's it doesn't have that yogurty bitterness.
Right.
And we use Greek yogurt to make it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's more like cream cheese or ice cream than it is like yogurt, because it's homemade. But it's very, very good. If you do not like it, I will die of shock. So you try when you come. And then Tracy said he would have been gone by that time. I don't know who she's talking about. That would be gone by that time.
He was at the house with his motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. Live in the moment. That's what I tried it. Well, I'd like to either live or die in the moment. I can go either way. I could go either way. But it's 9:32 already. So shall we gratitude it up and?
Sure, but I just wanted to say this. George actually last summer went to the Clash's drummer's house, because George is the drummer in my band, and whatever. And the Clash drummer was just this icon of probably the best of his generation. So, anyways, great guy, whatever. So George was in Dover, England, right? Goes to this guy's house, knocks on the door. He's like, "Can I help you?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm all the way from America. Big fan. Just wanted to say hello." He goes, "You came all the way from America to see me?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay, I was just leaving, but come on in." He goes, "Can I get you an autograph?" Goes, gets a Clash album, unwraps it, signs it, gives it to George, takes pictures with him, says, "So who are you on vacation with?" He goes, "Oh, my wife and my daughter. They're out in the Uber, right? Or in the cab." "Oh, let me go say hello." The guy leaves the house, walks with George, goes over, says hi to the family.
George from going in his house.
No, it was just like
George went in his house. He's in a picture of his drum set.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So I mean, you cannot. Yeah. So anyway, so this time over, he's like, "Wow, I'm gonna go see this one." But yeah, those guys are absolute heroes for us. So yeah, that's
Tracy
why
said
we like
Clash
Tracy.
is one of the best bands of all time.
That's
so
why we like Tracy.
He's telling you George's Clash stories, but he has a really fucking awesome Clash story that he's never told on the podcast, and it's good. Tell it.
We went to see them multiple times. 1979, we saw them twice. 1980, and then when they came back around, I think it was in 82. They played in August. They played August 21st.
These are my ages, by the way, 3, 4, and 6 during these times. Kit.
They played at the Cape Cod Coliseum.
Melodyton?
No, the Coliseum, which
Cape Cod Coliseum.
Yeah, it's down in West Yarmouth. Everybody played there. David Bowie played, like in the 70s. David Bowie, The Grateful Dead, Cheap Trick, Kiss, Allman Brothers, like you name it, Thin Lizzy, but I just saw an ad recently that somebody posted. It was Bowie. So in 1982, on August 21st, 1982, we went down to Cape Cod and saw them. And then on September 8th, we went to see them at the Orpheum Theater in Boston. And we had seen them multiple times there before. So our friend Brian, who has been there for many concerts, who one time snuck in up a fire escape to meet the Bay City Rollers. in the early 70s said, I know a way we can get backstage. We go around and we go in this alley behind, like we go out, we walk a block back down this alley, and we go up this fire escape. And we get up to the top of this fire escape and we see people getting let in this window. I'm like, that must be the dressing room. So we go up there. We're in the middle of Boston, middle of the night. What am I, 17 or 16 years old, whatever I am. And so we're up there and we didn't get in. So we're waiting by the window to see if they'll let us in, right? So we knock on the window, whatever. And there was a little crack. It was all painted black, but there was a little crack in the window and you could see in. And so my friend Brian, who was on our show the other night, he peeks in. He goes, what do you see? And he goes, I said, what do you see? And he goes, Joe Strummer. I go, stop fucking with me, Brian. We've come this far. And I look in this little hole in a window, and 8 feet away from me is Joe Strummer sitting in a chair. And I'm like, oh my God. Bodyguard, guys, the Ray Jordan opens the window.
Did you guys knock on the window? Or did you just?
Oh yeah, no. He was letting kids in the window. And so opens the window. We just fall in. And I get up and I'm like on my knees and like Strummer's just like looking at this kid on the ground. And I'm like, hey, anyway, so it was a fantastic moment. There was more to it, but there's this great video of the Clash letting people in the dressing room window off a fire escape, but it wasn't us, but it was like, that's what they did. They took care of the fans.
But the best part of the video was that how they made you feel like you were the rock star.
Like because Vic Jones was like my hero at that point. And he was in a different, like in the room adjacent. So I walked in that room and I was like, holy crap, here's Mick Jones. And he like reacted the same way. He came over, he puts his arm, he's like, I have something to drink with like all that stuff, just chit chatting and stuff. And it was like a scene out of a movie, but like and I told him, I met him years later at TT and the Bears when he and his other band played. I said, I met you when I was 16. You made me feel like it was a pleasure to meet me, not the other way around. He goes, oh, it was. And just like, they're just fantastic guys and they really walk the walk and they're legends and they really should be. So anyways.
The story makes me tear up every time. Like, it's so sweet.
Yeah. And I'm, so.
That's your story.
Yeah, that's my story.
Tracy was born in 82. So she smacked dab between the two of us. I'm 76. 76.
I could,
when the tall ships were in the canal, my mom was trying to get over the bridge to see Dr. Rapist, who delivered me.
Dr. Rapist.
Yeah, Rapist. Exactly.
That's not how you pronounce it.
What a 15-year-old girl who's gotten herself into trouble needs to see in a doctor's office. That'll teach you. They told her I was going to be mongoloid.
You can't say that word anymore.
But that's what they told her, that I was going to be mongoloid because she smoked weed. Tracy says, oh my God, so many bands. Yeah, so many good bands. Actually, we were just talking about how 25 years ago, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 came out, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Metallica 1, and there was another one that all came out at the same time.
Pales in comparison by the albums that came out in 1982, by the way.
Maybe
you had
not.
The Jam, The Gift, a Special Beat Service by English Beat, Clash Combat Rack. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Stiff Little Fingers.
They all came out in the same week?
No, a couple of them came out in the same month. That was a banner month.
Tracy is a baby compared to Anne. Yeah. And I don't think Anne has an old arse, but that's what she said. She said, you could be my kid.
Tracy could be
Charlie says, how cool. Kid. Tracy loves this story. And she said, oh my God, Dr. Rapist. Yeah, especially to a 15-year-old girl.
I think that's what you say when you find out what your doctor's name is when you're on the delivery table.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Dr. Rapist.
I have so many stories. We'll have to talk about my mom another episode because that's a whole thing. And it's already 9:30.
You know what we should do that? On Father's Day, we'll have a special Stacey's mom edition on Father's Day.
On Father's Day, we're going to play Jackbox again. That was a blast. Maybe. Some of you guys missed it. It was really fucking fun. It was
a good time.
All right, so gratitude. Here's what we got. I'm glad that my knowledge is better because I was miserable.
You were not good today.
Miserable. Okay, and you got something else?
I was grateful for George's video and the call from George.
I'm grateful for the Bannon movie.
Oh, that was interesting. Yeah.
I'm grateful for Germans, our new German friends.
Yes, that was a highlight of the day.
I'm also grateful for our new furniture because we needed that.
I'm grateful for my wife who, when it starts raining, doesn't freak out. She loves it. I literally was laughing. I'm at the light and laughing my head and I'm just getting
off.
Soaked.
And the inside of the Jeep windshield is all covered in rain.
I'm using my sweatshirt
covered in rain, everything. And I'm just like, whatever. It shit gets wet. I'm grateful that we saw a rainbow today. That's a good time.
I was grateful that I did. It was Jay Gordon's birthday. I did that Photoshop. That always makes me happy, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, the Photoshops are good. I'm grateful for central air because we were in the garage for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The Jeep seat and the back seat in the Jeep doesn't like to fold down. Something
So you have
happened
to
where it
pull
got
them,
disconnected, so we have to use like a screwdriver and pull on it. It's a whole fucking thing.
Mm.
Anyway, we're both dripping with sweat after being out there for 10 minutes. I am so
And
grateful.
then the rain cooled us down.
The rain did cool us down, but I am so grateful for central air. Like, you have no idea. Because if you're from Massachusetts, like, most people don't have central air. Like, they're old homes. Like, people put it in. Like, newer homes have it, but I don't know a lot of people that have central air. Like, it's a kind of a luxury. So in any case, in Florida, everybody has central air. It's a thing. So I'm grateful for it. It makes me happy. I'm thankful that my friend Todd, needles in his eyes,
Todd's
is
doing all right.
okay. We talked about Jeff yesterday, but since he's here, I will remind him that we are very thankful that you are okay, that you're actually, I think he went today or yesterday. Anyway, Jeff, we prayed for you. We hope your injections went well and that you're feeling pretty well. I'm thankful for get to chat with Charlie last night. That was a good time. It was via text. We were supposed to chat on the phone today, but we never got to it. I'm grateful that Nolan got a raise.
You did get, yeah.
He's very excited about it. He's not doing he was going to do like managing the store one day, and they decided to go with somebody that's full-time. So he was a little disappointed about that, but it's an honor just to be considered. And he got his raise. And then he and I had a good chat this afternoon, although I had to go for the podcast. So if he's hanging out with Casey, he's not going to want to talk to me, but maybe if he drives home. So he's off doing his 20-year-old thing, off having a blast. And that's what you're supposed to do at 20 years old. I went
through those already.
But we don't just put them on the screen, we read them.
Okay, I put them up. So I let everybody read
age
them.
ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah,
is what Tracy said. I agree. And Jeff said that Lisa and I went on a date in 1982 to see Iron Maiden open for Judas Priest and Providence. Good time.
I think, if I'm not wrong, I knew a kid who went to that show, and Rob was the guy's name? Rob Halford rode out on a motorcycle and then took the microphone and put it on the exhaust pipe of the motorcycle and revved the engine over the PA system. That's pretty fantastic.
I had no idea that Lisa and Jeff had been together since 1982. That's fucking crazy because they're not that. They're like your age.
They're my age. Yep.
Okay. What did you like? You were like toddlers. You were like, hey, like now that we're done finger painting, let's go to a concert. Like, I don't see how that's possible because they were both pretty young, but I don't know. 1982 I was 6, and I realized it was a long ass time ago.
I was 17
but
in 1982.
You were 17.
I was 17.
I was
Jeff
not.
was 17. Lisa, apparently,
well, I guess you're 17 years old. You can go to a Judas Priest and Iron Maiden concert.
Yeah.
I was only 6. I was not going to concerts until much later, and I went to see Milli Vanilli. That was my first concert. Milli Vanilli. Anyway, Tracy is thankful for decades of awesome music. That's a great thing to be thankful for. I'm usually thankful for music almost every day because a lot of days, although I haven't been feeling well lately, that a lot of days we just listen to music all day long instead of watching TV. We hardly watch TV ever. And now that like we don't even have like live streaming right now. And so it's kind of a problem because when we do want to watch, it's like hard to find something. And it's like, why do we even bother? And then Tracy says she loves the summer rain. If there's lightning, you better cover my ass in rubber. So that's how it is here.
There's been a lot of comments about Ann's ass tonight. It must be a theme, Ann, tonight.
Now I got to check out your
ass. You said something about your old arse, and then there was something other.
Well, before she said arse, because she's being proper now.
Yeah, well, now she's letting it fly.
She's letting it fly.
It's past 9:30.
Pretty soon she's going to be saying fuck balls and shit like that. Like all the crazy stuff I say. I love the summer rain. I mean, that's pretty much all we have, right? We live in Southwest Florida. And often there's lightning. I'm not really afraid of it, but Doug gets upset when I swim in the pool during the lightning.
I don't want to skim your fried chicken carcass.
I don't think that net is going to pick me up, but I could be wrong. And Jeff said that was wild, riding out on the motorcycle. Lisa and I met during our sophomore year in high school. That's so sweet.
That's so nice.
Did you go to high school in Attleboro? Because I know you moved from Attleboro. I'm curious about that. And I'm wondering if you and Doug know any of the people.
Why would I know any of the people?
No fucking way. Well, because you guys are the same age and you lived in the same state. You might know some of the same people. I don't know. Jeff lives here now, but he used to live in Massachusetts.
Right.
Do you know people that live in Massachusetts? I know people that live in Massachusetts.
Yes, but not. Why would two random people know the same people from different towns? It doesn't make any sense.
Do you have any mutual friends on Facebook?
Me and Jeff?
No,
yeah. No, we do now.
But what I'm saying to you is that it's reasonable to assume that if you're from the same area, I'm not saying like, oh, if you're black, you must know all the black people. If you're
That's
gay, you must
exactly
know all
what
the-"
you're saying.
I'm saying
You're
that
saying you're an old guy. You must know all the other old guys.
old guys, but
And-
you're both from Massachusetts and you're around the same age. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You might know
that's
some
your free
people.
will.
No fucking way. I will swear. And you rock out with your cock out. Yes, they went to Attleboro High. It's not like it was like a half hour from you. It's not like they lived in Uzbekistan. Like if they went to like, there's probably concerts that they went to that you were at. There's probably like you and I worked.
Oh, I bet if they went to any Central
you and
concerts, I was probably
did
there.
not know each other and worked in the exact same office park.
20 years apart.
Okay, but we still worked in the same office park.
20 years
We
apart.
lived in the same town.
We did live in the same time. You didn't come over.
I wasn't invited. And then when I was invited, I broke the bed.
Well, not such a long story.
story.
It actually happened. Yeah.
I broke the bed.
Yeah.
And,
But I think that's a story for another time.
I don't even know that it's for the podcast. It's one
Yeah,
of
it
those
might not be. We have to
we
review
try-
that. We have to review it
we
with
have to
legal.
consult an attorney. All I can say is that we say what we're thinking and we try to have a good time with you guys, and we hope you enjoy it too. And we really appreciate. We don't say this probably enough, but anytime you like, share, comment, anything on any of our stuff,
Yeah, we get
like
money.
if you
No,
we
we
don't
don't.
get any money, we wish we got money. And then we would get money so we could live, and then we would get money so we could do nonprofit. But anytime you like, comment, or share, it really helps us out. We really appreciate you guys coming every night. We're so grateful for you. And it's weird because, and I know I say this all the time, but like we started this out like, let's just do it. Like we should do it. And then it was like, oh, like maybe we can make some money with it. And now it's like, we're seeing the community that we're kind of creating. And I say we're, but I don't really mean us. I mean, we're, because you guys are doing it just as much. I mean, look at how, like, Anne and Tracy, like, they're like, where is each other? And like, everybody's like, hey, where's Jeff tonight? Where's Todd? Where's Charlie? Like, everybody is like wanting people to be here. And, there's only 7 people here tonight. But that's okay. Like, listen, if we have 7 every night.
Yeah, but
I'll keep doing it.
I was watching the ticker. It went up to 10 a bunch of different times across it went down to 6.
So
It went up
people
to 10.
chime in.
So a
they
lot of
come in,
people like come in and hear something terrible and then they run away.
or they're bored, or they don't have the attention
Yeah.
span. And, we got the restreaming platform that we're using. It's called
StreamYard.
StreamYard, and it's so if you podcast, it's very user friendly. It makes it so that we can have the ticker on the bottom, that we can cast to multiple platforms at once, so that we can also comment on all the threads from here. We can see all of your comments from here in theory, except Doug's wall, which is a whole thing. But it's really a great platform. It's super easy to use. There's like a small there's different platforms that you can use. The problem for us is that we have to use one of the higher end platforms for a lot of stuff because our podcast is so long. Most things cap out at like a half hour. And then the other thing we're looking at is an editing software. And I emailed them to ask them about pricing because it costs money and we were really trying not to spend any money. And they were like they gave me some, like, he's like, there's no discounts available. You can get a discount if you pay 20% up front. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but you didn't answer my question about what plan would work for me because we do 60 hours of podcasts a month. So we shall see. We're going to work on the shorter clips for the short attention span people. Yes, there are so many stories you need to hear. They will be here. Tracy loves the people here and I love them too.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you guys, I just
Magnificent 7.
If you're
also a
Deb
Clash
Georgie,
song.
like
Also a
there's
Clash
there's
song.
so many people. Deb Georgie, Uriel.
Yeah.
There's just so many fucking people.
Derek.
Cheryl. Cheryl
tons
was
of
here
people.
before. I don't know if she's still here now. Todd Alvey, Todd White, Ann, Tracy, Charlie. Like, who am I forgetting? There's Derek. There's Jeff. There's so many amazing people that watch the podcast and like
and some we
truly.
don't know about, and some people like
If it were-
lurk in the background. They listen in their cars.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
we get phone calls, or
Yeah.
we have people that watch the next day. Risa, Michelle watches.
Oh, yeah,
all the
Risa,
time.
yeah,
Michelle
for
watches
sure.
later.
Jen, the neighbor.
Jen will watch. Like, there's just so many, and it's like there's no reason for us to do this if you're not here, and it's a lot more fun when it's interactive and we're engaged and everybody feels a little less lonely. We got a little tribe. We're working on our little commune. Maybe we will all wear muumuus, maybe not. Charlie wants to wear a silk robe and be called the Golden Master.
Well, that was
God.
Ann came up with that.
Sounds like a
Good call.
It
And that
sounds
was
like
brand. That was good branding.
It sounds
right
like
there.
a BDSM title, and Charlie would be a little too happy about it. He'd run around smacking people with his dick. Although I've known Charlie for
He's never smacked you with his dick.
he's never smacked me or anyone that I know with his dick, but it's
But
possible.
there was that midget.
He did fuck a midget. Getting to learn people of all ages and places. The thing that's interesting is we have like a fairly narrow demographic window, and we have an outlier. Nolan's young, Wes is young, right? They occasionally watch.
Yep.
And then
We don't know who Nolan like gets in his dorm room and watches this thing. Like
it's possible that the entire UMass Dartmouth campus
we
is
do
watching.
not know. We
it's
do not
also
know.
possible that they're not.
Yeah, it's also
They're like, what are these old people talking
what
about?
the hell?
So anyway, but mostly it's people our age, and but I think that we're a great demographic. One day
We're not so bad.
we're all the Gen X retirement home. Woohoo! Getting to learn from people. Okay, and then here we go. We are a magnificent 7. We're actually so we're counting our episodes. This is number 45 for those of you who haven't paid attention. By the way, we don't have a title for this episode. If anybody has,
Maybe it's called the
something
Magnificent 7.
ridiculous episode that we had. We usually try. So the goal is to put thumbnails on the episodes that are on YouTube. So when people watch them later, that they may click on them. And we haven't done that. And we have a couple of episodes that have names, and I haven't made clips. So like we're fucking
we're trying to get there.
But like, listen, I have a chronic illness. Doug's looking for a job. Like we're doing our best. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we're creating a sense of community. We're bringing everybody together. We feel really good about it. We're so glad you're here. It's a work in progress.
I applied for a bunch of jobs. So there were a bunch of jobs today that came up on and they were good jobs too. So that made me a little happy.
That's good. But what I was talking about was our little friends here and how much we appreciate them. So soon we'll be, we're 45 already, and it seems like we just started yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
And when we're at 100, we have some things that we've been thinking about doing. A lot of it will depend on our financial situation at the time, but
it involves an orca.
We just love you guys so much, and we talk about, like, we're like, oh my god, I can't wait to talk to our friends, and like, I wonder how they're doing, and like, why weren't they there? Are they okay? Did we make them bad? Like, we think about you constantly. It's so sad. We're like your groupies. Jeff says, good luck with your job search. It will happen. And yes, it will.
I'm a talented MF.
He is a talented motherfucker. Did you guys ever notice that Doug never swears or says anything inappropriate?
I try to be,
boring.
I try to be.
Charlie says midgets are happy people too. I don't think all midgets are happy. Some midgets are not happy. But there is a midget comedian who's hilarious. I don't know his name. Sorry, not midget, little person comedian who is hilarious. And I don't know his name, but he's fucking amazing. And I highly recommend him. And then Anne says to Charlie, we wouldn't know. Can you enlighten us?
Well, I would think that. Never mind.
What?
It goes back to the Charlie's
gigantic
gift.
cock?
Yes.
Charlie's dick is like a wiffle ball bat. It's terrifying. Keep that fucking thing away from me. Love you, honey, but keep that fucking thing away from me. That it's a good thing little people have normal proportions, because like I can't. It's terrifying. It's terrifying, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever. Anyway, I can't think of anything other than to leave these people with the nightmare of Charlie's massive dong coming at you in your sleep. Oh, coming at you. In any case,
That's my wife.
In any case, we're glad you're here, and thank you so much for being a part of our little tribe. And the Magnificent 7. And somebody was sad. I don't know what they were sad about.
That's sad. Maybe they were sad that they had to leave.
Or they're sad that we have this podcast, that we have a public forum.
We'll do our best to have another adventure-filled day tomorrow.
We're not going to have an adventure. What day's tomorrow? Thursday?
Well, I'm just saying that we like tonight we had like a lot of content from our busy day, and then we bring it to the people, and hilarity ensues. So I don't know what you're doing over there, and
my shoulders hurt.
Increase your bust. Anyways,
I don't need to increase. Do you ever notice that I kind of hunch over, like I'm hiding my bust? Like if I actually I can't even hold my shoulders back right now because they hurt.
But the camera makes you it scoots them out. Yeah. So that's not really doing it. No, objects on the camera look larger than they appear.
Well, the thing that bothers me is that here looks like extra poofy.
Well, that's probably
coming up from the top is a better angle.
What we need to do is we need to get hair and makeup up in this situation.
Charlie and Ann, you're gonna have to become friends, and you can talk about
because we're not talking about why midgets are happy or what they're not happy or why do we call them.
We must increase our buzz.
That might be the episode title.
Charlie, if you happen to have a video of you having sex with that midget, we would love to see it. You don't want to see it?
I don't want to see Charlie's nonsense.
I want to see everyone's nonsense.
She really does.
Send me dick pics. Inbox me. What?
Somebody inboxed you a dick pic very recently and horrified
recently.
You. It was when we were in Marshfield.
Send me a dick pic.
It was a video.
Oh, I had an 88-year-old man send me a video of him going to town on himself. I'll tell you that story tomorrow. Everyone have a lovely night.
Thank
we love
you.
you. Good night.
Have a good one. Bye. Stay cool.